Good evening, everyone. How's it going? I hope that wasn't glitchy for you, because that like tripped my balls really hard, that intro. I don't know. Was that stuttering for anyone?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Nope.
My computer is on the fritz. It's 5.5 years old. I think it's about to die. Something's going on with it. Regardless,
Did you try turning it on and off again?
Yes.
What
Dash.
about working the shaft?
The shaft has been worked.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're gonna struggle through this. I did just buy a new component. We'll see, guys. It's a mess. But with us today, we have Dash. Whatever, we know him. He's boring. But we got Zach for the very first time. Zach, ahead, introduce yourself.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, guys? I don't know if you guys, some of you guys probably interact with me on Twitter every so often. I'm Zachy Stugats on Twitter. I've been following this channel or the pod for, 3 or 4 years now. That's how I got to know Farhad, just like hitting him up and like, we would chat every so often, and I was always listening. And I did a couple of the historical sections to the pod a couple times, and then I think they actually went out and got like a real resident historian who knows way more than I do. So, besides that, man, just a huge Juventino. I'm kind of a youngster. I never really had soccer or calcio like really in my life. I mean, I played it, but I never really had it like a family member who like showed me to watch it. So 06 World Cup for me was like the intro, and I fell in love with Del Piero and Buffon and those guys, and that. And I was like, when I was finally looking to get into it for real, I found Juve, and I think the first season I watched was their second of that 9 title run, and have been diehard ever since.
Right on. Yeah, everyone comes in a different way. Some later, like I joined a little later in life as well, because similar situation. It just is what it is. I had to discover it all by myself, which it gives you a unique experience, right? Because I look at, my hockey team, which is the Leafs, and it's like you're forced into it in a sense.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. and maybe I didn't want to be a Leafs fan because I've never seen them win ever in my life. So it's one of those things. This is in your own destiny, like it's in your own control. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. And it's so funny because as I got into it, like I have a whole bunch of family that are from Naples, and it's like they're all diehard Napoli fans, and then you have me. So I'm like, so now it's so funny. My parents went over there like a little while ago, and they're all sitting around the table, and they FaceTime me, and the first thing they yell at me is "Juve merda," and I was just like, I love it, give it to me.
Yeah.
Just send them the Reggie Miller choking meme. Just do
yeah,
this all the time. Just go like that.
I can't wait to banter with them. And I have no serious dislike of Naples at all. I don't really consider them like a rival like Inter. But then apparently I just found out one of my family members is an Inter fan, and I almost puked. I was like, what? I was like, we're gonna have to have a talk.
Yeah, I have Inter and Napoli fans in my family. So
that's a little unacceptable.
Yeah. I am the only Juve fan. Like I said, I just kind of chose it on my own accord.
Right.
And yeah, I mentioned it before. The family was in Rome at this time, anyways. In '97, and my dad came out of some shop at the Trevini Fountain with an ADP jersey and just the blue Azzurri jersey. And that's kind of how I chose. Is my dad has no idea. He didn't know what he was getting.
Right.
He just went to a shop and bought something.
Hey, and look where it's brought us to now, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
So, yeah, it's fun. Otherwise, Dash, I guess we do care about you. How you doing tonight?
No, I'm fine. It's okay. I'm in third chair today, guys. It's no biggie.
That's all right. New blood. It's exciting.
I'm the newbie, so I'm the third chair. I like to think I'm the new guy. You can slam dunk on me because I probably deserve it.
Nah, we're not that cruel. We're just cruel to each other.
Fair.
Yeah, it's all about the banter, of course. We love it because it's no fun without it. So let's roll with it. So, anyways, let's get a bit to business here. There's a couple things on the docket. The first one, we're just gonna get through the news, the nonsense. I have been pushing out some videos. If you saw the one yesterday, the audio was all choppy. That's my computer going on the fritz. I think that was like the start of it. That render of that video was like, I'm about to die. So
It's like, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to make it happen for you, but
yeah.
help.
And then later that day, it all kind of went haywire. So I got her back running. So excuse the production quality there. It is I'm cheap. What did I say? I'm cheap. So that being said, Road to 1,000 that monetizes us. So maybe you can buy Daddy a new graphics card. We'll see what happens there.
You know they have cougars for that, right?
yeah, I know. The wife's already offering. It's my my anniversary here in a couple days. She's already offered me, bribing me with some component money, if you will.
Oh boy, how many
That sounds
dogs
like
you gotta walk?
Enticing offer.
Oh, I walk all the dogs. That's just my job. But no, guys, 1,000. We're almost there. We're getting close. To celebrate TG1000, that's the coupon code at turngiants.com. 10% off anything at the store. So hit that up. Otherwise, let's just dive right into this news. We'll talk about it if you think it's hilarious, because I don't know. It's silly season. It's all kind of funny to some degree, at the very least. But let's just do it, and then we're gonna get into the World Cup talk, and we're gonna have a bit of a game with it. Because speaking of jokes, it is the World Cup, so we have to make a game of this joke of a World Cup. That's my opinion. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but we can get into it. I'm not a huge fan this year, but I'm gonna watch it anyways because.
And you know, and the sad part about it too is this might actually be, like, competitive wise, one of the best World Cups ever. Like, as far as squad quality wise, it's probably hands down. Like, it is ridiculously even when it comes to all, like, the big teams. So it's like the fact that it's, you know, not in the best place, not scheduled during the best time of year, is like one of those things that will just probably shame hands down one of the most competitive cups ever.
Yeah. Oh, you're good, Dave.
Okay. No, my audio's cutting in and out as well, and that's a new problem. So I think because I was talking about the joke. Did you hear me talking about the World Cup?
Yeah, you said that. Yep, the joke of a World Cup.
Okay, so I'm really the joke tonight, guy.
Nah,
no
this
way.
computer, it's gonna be. We'll see. We'll figure it out. We're doing this on. It's a live show. You get all the nonsense, but I don't know what any of you guys just said. That's yes. There we go. So I'm just gonna hammer through this. Rabiot renewal unlikely. We're going for SMS. So they say. We'll see how that actually pans out. Keane's going to be signed permanently. I don't think they had a choice. I think that's just part of the. But Keane dinks it over. Dinks it over. It's in. Woo! Anyways, he's getting signed. McKennie and Rugani. So that's a tomato. So he's leaving. They're likely to leave in January. We'll see again if anybody wants to buy him.
No, in January?
Audio cut out again.
Oh, well, I mean, we hear you.
I thought
I thought he was just ignoring me.
Right.
I was like sitting there. He's like, "Ah, damn it, that Dash guy making jokes again."
Right, like Linguini. This isn't funny, man. This isn't funny time.
It's not funny. You know, I was like talking to Sam Adamo about like just doing some open mic and some comedy and stuff like that. And I'm like, hey, man, sometimes you do it, and then there's like a crowd there that just like gives you the stiffy, and you're just like, well, shit, I don't know what else to say.
Right? It's like, I mean, do we want me to resort to some slapstick or something? Like, you want me to fall over? Like
what do you guys want me to like? What do I do? Do I buy the whole comedy club a round of drinks or something? Like, come on, man! Like,
yeah, gotta get him loosened up a little bit.
I'm trying. I mean, it's like I need lube.
Oh man! So my audio came back in about
getting. Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry. It's just I came in talking about lube, so that's always nice to slide back in there.
Yeah. That's good. There it is.
Oh man, we're not talking about anything useful tonight. We're a mess.
It was funny because you're talking about Moise Keane. I was just going like this.
But Keane dinks it over. It's in. Woo! Oh man, yeah, that happened.
That is the best Moise Keane soundbite I have
Right.
I was like, so when I was filming the tactics in a dash video, I was like sitting there. I'm like, can I fit this in here? Can I fit? No, I don't want to be that obnoxious and just throw that in there.
You probably did anyways.
No,
Speaking
I
of which,
didn't.
you have a segment. You have this thing. It's when's it coming out?
Whenever it's all done, I got all the final cuts and edits in there. I think we just gotta upload it, pick a day and upload it. So it
All
is
right.
done.
I'll let your computer do that because mine's about to explode.
I got you.
Okay, so I did the keen thing before I cut out. Does my mic cut out as well?
No, it
No,
just
we
dinks
hear
it
you
over.
fine.
And it's
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It just sticks it over.
Oh man. Okay, so Bacani Regani, they are likely to leave in January if anybody wants to buy them. Illing contract is close to done. I don't know what that means. They said it's close. It's happening.
Is it like Dybala close?
Yeah.
Nothing's ever that close, man.
I was gonna say, I'm like, whenever someone's this close to contracts getting done, I just look at them and I'm like, are we talking about Dybala to Juve close, or are we talking about like Di Maria to Juve close? Like, how close we talking about here?
We're talking SMS to Juve close.
Yikes,
6 years in the 6 years in the making.
Yes, I would say, how long have I been waiting for that one?
And that right there, if you type in blue balls in Urban Dictionary, it'll say SMS to Juventus.
Dude, that's
man.
If it's not there, I'm gonna go at it because that's like we've all been waiting. Like
We have been
I
waiting.
know. I mean, come on, Lotito, stop teasing Daddy. Just let Daddy have let him have his turn.
So he said again today 100 mil. He threw that down there. He's worth 100 mil and he's not for sale. But we're saying we're going to offer 60 to 70 mil and we have a contract agreement like in principle with SMS for 6 million a year. So again, two completely different stories going on right now.
you just never know what that like
It's
with
insane.
Latito.
There's a third story. Apparently, it's 60 mil plus a handy from Agnelli.
Plus
While
Andy.
and he has to look him in the eyes while he does it.
And look him in the eyes. While he's
That's worth 40 million.
that is worth 40 million.
That for a guy like Latito, it might be.
Yeah, come on. Have you ever seen could you imagine there's just a feeling of pure dominance of having Seagull-browed guy look at you dead in the eye?
It's a power move for sure.
Oh, absolutely. You mean a power thrust or a stroke?
Yeah, stroke. Power stroke.
There'll be some hips behind it in any case.
Stroking the ego,
Yeah, he's showing him the new Hemi on the Jeeps.
Speaking of a lack of hips, Alexandro, we want to get rid of that guy so bad that we're willing to take anything for him in January. How much would you take at this point?
A bag of crisps and an espresso.
Crisp. You say crisp like you're British. That's cute.
I was waiting for KF to be in the chat and be like, he's gonna be like, hey, he said crisps.
I say at this point, man, I'm like, there's gotta be some South American club that wants him, some big South American club, right? That'll take him on for a little bit of something, something.
If he'd go, and that's the other thing, he'd have to want to go early.
Right.
Yeah. Well, thing is like, depending on how he does in the World Cup, I think that's going to dictate whether or not he moves or not, because he's playing. I don't know if he's starting or anything, but he's on that squad. And if Sandro just magically decides to ball out during this World Cup, then we might potentially have a suitor for him, or he might translate it back to the club. But I don't know. The funny thing about us is like this World Cup is make or break on our transfer policy. Like if SMS plays like shit, we have a good shot at pulling him in January. If SMS plays like amazing, then we're screwed.
Right. So I'm like simultaneously like,
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, go Serbia. And then I'm like, but wait, not SMS though. Play like shit so we can get you.
And who's more likely though, and not to throw any shade at Serbia, and again, we're going to get into this a little bit, but the way Brazil is looking, they have the better supporting cast. So Sandro potentially could look good because of everyone else he's playing with.
Oh, yeah.
I always have a thing. Whenever there's a World Cup outside of South America, like in Europe or the Middle East or anything like that, no South American team plays well.
Yeah, they don't have a very good track record.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of statistics about how the team if they're coming from like a different hemisphere, like doesn't typically do well if they're jumping hemispheres. So this
year we have Qatar and Iran. They're the ones that are going to do well.
No, I think I mean, we'll get into it, but I think the European teams are going to do well. I don't want to buy the South American stock. I don't know why. Just these past couple of World Cups have just kind of like, ugh. Because like even Brazil, when they were dominant, they were winning World Cups in Mexico or in the U.S. When they were here in like the 80s, early 90s. And then like I think they won the 2002 in South Korea, but then when they went to Europe, they flopped, and then even in South America, they got beat by the Dutch, or not South America, South Africa. They got beat by the Dutch, and hell, they got humiliated by Germany at home.
So well, you can kind of say that South America was home to the Dutch.
What? That's a great argument.
That is a great argument.
That is a historic argument right there.
That is well, nicely done, Dave. Well done there.
Going deep again.
Yeah, Bernadeschi salutes you there.
Oh my boy.
Come on. Oh hey, I got that for you too. Look at that.
Come on.
So yeah, we've got Bernadeschi here too. He makes a cameo every now and then.
Yeah, we love us a little bit of Berna. Oh man. Okay, so of course, I love it. See, this is what I missed from doing the news this whole week. As I came on here, and like in between 1 to 3 minutes, I was done, and I just threw up the news. It's been 17 minutes now, and I barely said anything.
Yeah, sorry guys. I am the one to blame here. I am the distraction in all of our live streams why we go over an hour. It's me. I just start going off random gibberish. There. Are you happy, Dave?
The computer is like suffering, so.
Yeah, it is. I'm already I'm on the phone with all my nerd friends as well. I was like, hey, do you got components? What do you got? What are you selling?
Hey, I bet you the computer's like, shit, he's making a live stream with Dash. I'm about to run for 2 hours nonstop. Fuck, I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah, exactly. She's purged. She's okay. I had to do an emergency undervolt on the graphics card at the beginning of this, but we're okay.
That's why you should have got the NVIDIA. Should have ran the Atari.
It's at the Atari. No, the problem is, and I know we're nerding out here, I've ran this thing like so overclocked. Like unreasonably overclocked. Considering all I do is play FIFA. I mean, I didn't need those extra. I didn't need those extra frames.
Right.
But when you're that much of a computer nerd, you do it as a flex. So yeah, I mean, you just invariably wear your components out early, and then it's an excuse to go buy something new. So, I mean, it's the life we live.
Oh, absolutely.
But to finish off the news, we got a couple other things here. Melo Gusto, I've mentioned him a couple times this week. He's from Lyon, and he's valued about 15 million. Apparently, we're really hot in this guy right now. Like, I don't know. I hadn't really heard of this guy until, I guess, about a week ago.
But, like, how hot, though? Like, a war hot?
Oh, he just got linked with another Italian team. Was it Inter Milan? Who was it?
You mean the bums in black and blue?
It might be. I think it was one of the Milans just got linked to him. Yeah. Maybe I don't know. So it's just this week, right? So Melo Gusto, 15 million. I guess if you get rid of Sandro.
Yeah,
Sorry?
yeah. Oh no, go ahead. Continue. I'm sorry.
No. Say your point. It's good.
I'd say, weren't we getting linked with? I saw something about. I don't know. Actually, now I'm talking about. Well, I don't know what position he plays, but I saw we were getting linked to an Italian at Bremen. A kid. It's like 17.
Oh,
from Bremen.
Yeah.
There's
that winger. He's an Italian winger. He played.
Oh, the winger. Yes. I
he
can
played
look
in
through
the
my notes
friendlies.
here.
He played in the friendlies for Italy.
So I didn't like.
Starts with a G.
I'll see if I can find it because I actually didn't delete anything this time.
Oh,
because this happens.
Grifo.
Oh, is it Grifo? I haven't heard. Well, he lit it up there with a couple goals against Albania, I believe.
Yeah, I know.
He plays for what? Mönchengladbach?
Yeah, I think he plays for a German club.
Is it much? Yeah. It is a lower table team.
Yeah, he's not like.
Why don't I just look it up?
I was gonna say in the Bundesliga it's Bayern and everybody else.
Oh,
Yeah.
and his name means faucet. I just learned more Italian today. There you go. Not Wikipedia.
I say we're also looking at Empoli's Parisi.
Yes, him
Pretty
as
easy,
well.
yes. So SC Freiburg is where he's from, or
Okay.
plays for Grifo.
Got it.
Yeah, pretty easy. We've been sub on him for a little while. Not as much recently, though. So, like, I have this rule where if I just hear the name once, okay, whatever. I'm not paying attention. But if it shows up, like, 2-3 times that week, and it keeps on rolling, it's like, okay, maybe I'll start paying attention. Because there's so many names. Like this one, for instance, speaking of... I'm breaking my own rule, essentially, right now, by mentioning this guy, because I've never heard of him. This is the first time. Shared Nadur, 19-year-old from Benfica, midfielder.
I saw that today or yesterday, maybe. I saw that. Don't know
But
anything about
another
it.
just random name.
Yeah, apparently being tracked by like Juventus, Milan, and Inter. According,
He's Italian,
right.
so I don't know if... Let's look this guy up too, actually. Let's see. Because it might be one of those... I don't know if he's a natural Italian, if he came from somewhere else. Okay. Yeah, he's Italian, apparently. From Brescia. There you go. Natural Italian.
Brescia. Okay.
So yeah, okay, there you go. You know, not a traditional Italian name, so I imagine his parents might still be from somewhere else, but
Right.
doesn't matter. He's an Italian, and I guess the top team's on him right now, so...
Yeah, but you know the thing is like Inter, Milan, and us, we're always kind of like the trigger happy frat boys. When like one of them is on it, everyone's like, I'm gonna get on this too.
Right. Yeah, it's all mind games, right? Like it's all them just tripping each other up. Like who are you really interested in and who you're not, right?
Yeah, it's like, you know, you slide in the DMs of that really fine baddie that you see at the Kroger or the Walmart or whatever store anyone goes into.
Walmart.
And then next thing later, it's your neighbor and then your other neighbor doing the same exact thing. You're just kind of like the Spider-Man meme where you're like,
Well, we sort of did that too with Gatti and Cambiaso.
yeah.
I don't even know if we were completely convinced ourselves if that's what we wanted. It was more so, hey, let's get this so Inter doesn't, and we'll see how it goes. Gatti's turning out. And speaking of Gatti there, that's why Rugani is now on the transfer list, because Gatti has now surpassed him in the pecking order.
Which
So that one worked out. Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, has anybody thought Rugani has been Juve caliber player for the last 5 years?
No, but you know, I gotta give Rugani credit though. I mean, the dude literally pulled off the biggest money heist in Italian football. Like the amount of salary for the amount of effort that he put in is like almost criminal, man. Like $3.5 million of just chilling.
Yeah.
Like Perrine
That
doesn't
actually
even
isn't
make
too bad.
that. Like think about it though. Like if I was Rugani, I'm like, hell yeah, I just secured this bag.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, he's doing what he's gonna do, right? Because he's like, this is my career. This is what I do. I like being here, obviously. Like, and if I can get a pretty penny and I can just like train with some of the best and sort of coast.
If
doesn't
that's
sound
your
like a bad life to
argument,
me.
if that's your argument, though, I would say Rabiot's been doing it for 3 years.
Well, yeah, but nobody can compare to the rabbit goat.
Yeah, but that,
man.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
rabbit goat.
No.
Like, I mean, that's his own thing.
He's really
like-
playing for that contract right now, though, because more rumors we're not re-signing him, partly because our efforts are going to go full into SMS.
Which is they're about the same age. I ain't even mad. Like, to be honest with you, because like SMS is a consistent double-digit two-way player with goals and assists. So it's like he's giving you 10 and 10 every season. Like that is like worth 2 Rabiots.
Right. And not to mention, I mean, just like the physicality and like the mentality that he brings to that midfield. I mean, like,
Yeah, and that's the thing. That would be your physical midfielder. Rabiot as your second string physical midfielder now, which, you know, you're paying this guy millions of dollars a season. You'd be paying him more than SMS per season.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're giving him,
And he'd be your number 2.
Exactly. You'd be giving
it does
him
make sense.
most of that money goes to his mom's Botox. So Veronica's got to make herself look young, so.
Oh, absolutely. She's
she's
a
quite a
good-looking lady.
foxy. Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, like, look at that. You know, but it's funny because like every time we see this picture, I sit there, I'm like, Rapio probably was like on an Abercrombie and Finch commercial at some point of his life, or like American Eagle.
Look, he's
Whatever.
he's a studly guy. Like,
Yeah.
if you gave me the opportunity and I looked like that, I'd say hell yeah, okay.
I was gonna say, hey man, Head and Shoulders, they got to sponsor this guy. Do that anti-dandruff shampoo commercial like they take with a bunch of other football players in the U.S.
Right.
That's right.
Expand their horizons.
Yeah, expand it. Could you imagine? He walks in, he's like, I use the Head and Shoulders for my hair, just to make it nice and fluffy for game day.
Right.
It's the worst shampoo you can buy too, and here you have like multi-million-dollar NFL superstars. And that's the thing. Does anybody actually believe that that's what they use?
No.
The $3 bottle shampoo. Come on.
They probably use like a bar of soap.
No, you know for sure these guys they have those little tiny bottles. They're worth like $150. You put the little dime size on, you lather it in just right, and gets their locks nice and shiny. You know how these superstars are. They take care of their hair.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's more so like actual like calcio players that like really focusing on their hair. Like any other sport, I've never seen like, because the thing is like there's some players like you'll see like these guys have hair gel and everything in their hair. And I'm like, bro, you're about to run for 90 minutes and sweat that crap. Like,
Yeah.
what's the point of that?
Man. Insigne always had the freshest haircut.
Oh, yeah, but he had like a straight buzz. Yeah, Insigne always buzzed it. But like even like
But
with
that
Ronaldo,
that fade is hard though.
It is though.
Because it wasn't a straight buzz, right? He had the fade with a bit of the fancy
with
on
the hard
top.
part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
No, that's hard to cut.
Like Ronaldo would be running gel mid game, and I'm just like sitting there. I'm like, can you even see out of that? And he just look at me and be like, barely can. But yeah, like Ronaldo. Hell, even people that I played with, like in like my area, like I'd be going up to a game like dressed up like this, my hair down and stuff like that. And then I'd see them all like hair gel and going like this. I'm like, bro, chill. It's a beer league. Like,
Right.
Yeah. Whoa, what's the point, man? You're gonna sweat it all down anyways.
Right. Who are you out here to impress, man? You don't have to look sexy for anybody.
I was gonna say, bro. I mean, I already got your legs spread open with this nutmeg. I don't need you to do it again.
Oh,
jeez. I think the reason why they're so intense at the beer league is because there isn't any leg spreading in their personal life, and they're trying to take it out on somebody.
Yeah, you're onto something there, Dave.
I was gonna say the only Megan they're doing is on the pitch.
Oh man.
You know, and that's the funny thing is, guys, like whenever there's a guy that's like going way too hard for a pickup game or something like that, I just kind of look at the dude and I just start chuckling at him midfield. It riles them up, but I just can't help but laugh. It's like, all right, dude, just you're mad right now. I get it. Chill.
Right. Yeah.
You gotta let the anger out, man. It's just it's a release.
Yeah.
Working all week. You know, you just want to play some footy with the boys, and some ass kid is talking shit down the field.
Yeah, you know the worst is like when one of those like high schoolers, like one of those kids that play on a high school team, pull up at the pickup scene and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna do some step overs and some other stuff," and it's like, this little shit.
No, Dash, I don't hang out at the schoolyard.
No, we don't do that. No, it's not Turn Giants affiliated.
Okay. Fine. All right, so we got 3 points. Let's do this. We gotta like refocus every so often, just plow through this.
It feels like we're actually doing a podcast episode.
Yeah. Oh man, we got something to keep us in track here. There's 3 of us now. It's out of control. So, Vlahovic, Maria, Fernandez. The team has felt, and probably true, I think we've all seen it, that the priority for those players were set on the World Cup. Like Vlahovic at the end there, I'm pretty sure he could have played, but they rested him. Good riddance because Malik and Keane showed up, so I'll take it, whatever.
Yeah,
Di Maria,
it over.
He did dink things over, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
All right, so Di Maria, sort of same thing. And paired all of them because they were all kind of injured and did not want to play. So they expect full effort from them in 2023. That's the club saying, and they better. If these guys don't come out flying after the World Cup, assuming they're healthy, I can't even see Di Maria being healthy. But Paredes, what I don't care. Vlahovic, yeah, he better show up.
I was gonna say, why do you not see Di Maria being healthy, Dave? They're gonna be out round of 16 anyways. He'll be back in 2 weeks.
Have you seen the size of his kneecaps? He's got the kneecaps of like a 74-year-old.
Jeez.
Like he's gonna step out the back patio, roll his ankle, and snap his knee one day.
He is ridiculously tiny.
Yeah, like sickly looking.
Yeah, it's like he's malnourished.
Yeah, I mean, it just means he's in super amazing shape, and that's just his body build, right?
Yes, yeah.
Because Bonucci's like that because he is so leaned out for his body. He looks almost sickly.
Yeah, but low-key, Bonucci looks like he has an alcohol problem. Like, you'll see how he stands and moves on the pitch. It's like he's got, like, that beer gut where he's like that soccer dad that's like, back in my day, I used to clack ankles like it was nobody's business.
I can see Bonucci, like how old Ronaldo got super fat. Yeah, that's going to be Bonucci.
Yeah. You're gonna see, he'll be one of those guys where he puts, like, a cup of coffee and just balances on the top of his stomach.
Right.
Oh man. Okay, 2 more points. Jason will return to training for the December 16th of everyone else. He did that last time he came back from injury. Showed up early. So
right.
There's the boy we love. And Fajoli's injury is minor. It was something to his right foot. Did they say exactly what it was?
No, they just said it was a right foot injury, but it's a light injury, so he'll be
2
fine
weeks.
Once, yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks. All right, that's the news.
Ice up, rest up.
Sorry, what was that?
I was say ice up, rest up.
Ice up, rest up. Yes, of course.
Get that rice.
The rice. Yeah. It's rest, immobilization.
Yep. Elevation.
Cold.
Compression.
Compression.
Yeah,
Cold compression, elevation. This is standard first aid for everyone. I guess we've all taken it, the three of us.
Yep. We've all been there.
Okay, yeah, so we predicted this. He has finally come with his English nonsense. It's coming home. You guys just curb expectations. That is the best thing as an English fan. Just curb expectations.
Just get the jet warm. Just keep the jet warm.
Well, you guys aren't gonna like me.
Well, you big England fan or?
No, and I don't like them on paper this year either. Well,
Yeah, KF, we heard that before. Okay, well let's get through it then.
Hey, bro, no, soccer's coming home. The United States is beating you guys November 25th.
Yeah, we are actually. Is that at 12 noon?
I think it's a noon game.
I have it right here. 2 p.m. Eastern time.
2. Oh, I can make that. I think I.
No.
Because I think I can make it.
Oh yeah, 2 p.m. Eastern time.
2 p.m. Okay, I'm pretty sure I can make this match. Awesome. All right. I am going to watch England get embarrassed by a bunch for the second time. So, that was another deep historical one. Man, I'm going back like 200-300 years here.
I love it, man. Keep it up. It's good.
Say we're gonna give you a good old dose of liberty and freedom.
Yeah, just don't toss their tea bags overboard this time. That really upset them.
Nah, I'll just put them in their face.
Oh.
Yeah. And I mean is that really what the turning point was for an Englishman? That they got rid of the tea? That's what sent them over the top? They got rid of the man's tea.
Yep.
They were pissed.
Hey man, it's some good tea. Don't be dissing the Majesty's tea bag.
Oh, actually, the Majesty does have a tea bag these days. Not like the last one. So you have some graphics. You got the table for the World Cup, right?
I guess I do.
Let's break this down. Yeah, tea is a very important part of our culture. I understand.
And so is the Big Mac in the United States.
And they're both crap. So
I'm not gonna lie. I love tea. I love a good spot of tea.
Oh, we got a tea drinker. All right.
The only tea I use is ginger tea, and that's when I'm sick.
Fair. That's fair. I'm like a more recently. I was like, growing up, I was like, get that shit away from me. I don't want tea. And then as I gotten older, I'm like, nice cup of tea when it's like cold as piss outside, slaps.
It's funny. KF's like, hey, we don't diss American culture, obesity. Hey, man, we're chunky and we love it. We're thick with the K's, not with the C's over here.
Oh, man. Okay, so this is only 6 seconds. I think we can play this.
Do it.
Okay. This is on Facebook. Facebook Watch.
That's not
No,
Facebook
that's not
Watch.
what I want. What the hell's no? I
Hey,
can't use that.
you gotta watch out because leak ID might come at you.
Yeah, leak ID. We gotta hit. That's fine. That's fine. It's because Key is so popular that they didn't like our video. No. Anyways, it was the Ted Lasso clip of him making fun of T. Dash, you still haven't watched this show.
No, I haven't.
What the? You go on. About How I Met Your Mother, and apparently Kevin's a big fanboy too. So you guys have some bromance about How I Met Your Mother. I had to look. He had an acronym for it. HIY, whatever the like.
Dave, that's what they name their Twitter and their Facebook page.
I had to Google it. I'm like, what's Kevin talking about? What's this awkward?
Oh no. It's okay, Dave. I still love you, buddy.
Okay. Anyways, KF, are we all Portugal wins it? I'm not personally, but let's go group through group. Let's actually get after this.
Alrighty. So then we'll kick it off. KF also chip in too, because it's gonna be like a collective viewer thingamadoodle.
Yeah, everyone get in there.
Challenge. All right. So Group A, we got the hosts Qatar with a manoless Senegal, and then we got the I don't know how I got here, but I got here Ecuador, and the Netherlands. So
I think it's pretty easy for number one.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Netherlands wins it. Are we all in a consensus? Do we all agree on this one? KF, everybody, Netherlands.
Yeah.
All right.
Easy.
So
Now the rest is actually kind of hard.
Yeah, so this one's gonna be a debate. This one we can actually debate on it. So Senegal versus Ecuador. So I'll give you some background on Ecuador. So even though I've been trolling them, Ecuador actually had a very impressive run in the South American qualifiers. Actually, really, really good form. Senegal do not have Sadio Mane.
That's right. Yeah, so like their only player.
And most of the time, African countries don't really do too well outside of Ghana.
And Cote d'Ivoire, I remember,
did
well for like a year, and then completely, and then just completely dropped off. So sometimes you have a good team here and there, but I like. Sorry, we went straight to Senegal, Ecuador. So does that mean we all agree right off the bat that Qatar is fourth? Because KF is calling second, and I think they are the worst team.
I actually do have them second in my squad.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
I think they are the worst team in the tournament, hands down.
They probably are, but I don't know, man. They like know the conditions. Like they've been training there.
They do. Let me pull up some
I think that
recent
heat is
form.
going to be brutal. And it's going to take a lot for people to get used to.
Yep.
Kind of want to see if I can pull some previous matches of Qatar and kind of look at their form.
Canada just played them. And
Canada dropped them 2-0. Chile tied with them 2-2. But here's the thing: the Croatia under 23 squad beat them 3-0. 1-1 with Jamaica. Qatar beat Ghana A, which is a backup squad. They tied 2-2 to a 10-man Morocco A. They played Lazio July 30th as a friendly and 0-0'd that. So I'm going to say this. I think Qatar is like maybe CONCACAF level. Like,
I think they are just the only reason anybody's talking about them or even knows that they're a country is because they're hosting a World Cup.
And they don't sell beer at the stadium.
Yeah. and I'm not trying to be a dick. Like I know Qatar. I've been in Doha Airport, if that counts, because I definitely been there. But
But let's be realistic. Most of the Western speaking, Western world doesn't work. Western, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Really don't have any understanding of where or what Qatar is.
And even if they've heard of it, do they actually know what's going
They're like,
on? Right?
hey, wasn't that in a Call of Duty game? That's usually what they say.
Yeah, right. Seriously.
Yeah, and then that's kind of not so much making fun of Qatar as it is making fun of how dumb we are.
Oh yeah.
We're pretty dumb about this stuff.
I'm not slam dunking on Qatar for that at all. That's our tendency of oversight. Really, it's like, oh, there's a small country from the Middle East. I would have never have guessed it. Why do I even care?
Yeah, and most people have no reason to care. They're into politics or oil, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put... Go ahead.
No, that's what I feel. I think they're the worst team in the tournament, but yes, they have home field advantage. Whatever that's worth. I still think they're fourth. But I'll let you guys decide.
I say they're fourth. I'm gonna put my money on Senegal.
Senegal won the CAF, the African Cup there.
Yeah, African Cup. I mean, look, their squad's not bad, man. I mean, like,
defensively they're good.
They're a little older, but I mean, like, there are players, they're quality players here. It's a matter of what they do. I'm not sold on their attack at all. That's without Mane. That's the problem. So they may be able to scrape by and on the defense, maybe hit them on a counter, but besides that, I mean, when you got Edouard Mendy in goal, so that's gonna help. But
let me see if I can pull up their current roster real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so where do we? Is Ecuador third or fourth then? Like we can try to make it easier, right, by eliminating.
So I would say, well, the thing is, we got to click it by order. So like we'd have to pick whoever's going to be second next.
Okay, so Ecuador is definitely not second. Or do they still have a chance?
I don't think so.
I think it's going to be Senegal.
Yeah, I agree.
I would agree with that too, except KF doesn't. But
so in the third place, obviously, I think we all came into the consensus that Qatar is in fourth. So Group 1, we're going to lock it in at Netherlands, Senegal, Ecuador, and Qatar. So
I think, and just to myself now, Qatar just having home field advantage, they might get a third.
Winning.
Like Ecuador's, they might win a game against Ecuador, for instance. But
they're only
third, fourth. It doesn't matter either way.
Their only shot of winning a game is tomorrow night. Or tomorrow afternoon.
Opening day.
Yeah, that's really the only shot that I see them actually having like a shot at winning it. A game is just opening night. That's it. So like I don't have any confidence because they're gonna play Ecuador first and then they're gonna go to Senegal and Netherlands. I'm sorry. If they don't win Ecuador, I don't see them winning a game at all.
It's fair. And honestly, Ecuador doesn't. Even in Ecuador's like midfield is okay. Their defense isn't half bad. It's their attack is it is what it is.
They are Allegri ball. I think they are Allegri ball personified. They get one goal and they'll try to sit on it because that's what they did in the South American qualifiers.
Yeah, for sure. And
I'm already calling. No, sorry. I'm just gonna make fun of things. So you go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying. I only know a few of these players. I mean, I watch a lot of MLS too. So you got Palacios in there. Xavier Arriaga plays for Sounders. He's a good player.
Do they still have Antonio Valencia? I know they have a Valencia. Enner. No, they have Enner.
Nah, they don't have him. So,
gotcha.
Again, the only thing I'm not sold on with that Ecuador team is who the hell is going to score? Well, they do have a Valencia from Fenerbahce, and okay, but is that going to make up for the rest of the attack?
No, I don't think so.
Really.
No.
This group is turning out to perhaps be the worst group.
I think so, as far as quality wise. Because I think, and this is going to be a hot take, I think there's 3 group of deaths in this tournament.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't think that's that hot of a take at all.
There's like I said, this is probably going to be one of the most balanced World Cups I've ever seen in my lifetime.
It's too bad, really. Yeah.
Yeah, because like the last, so like from like 2010 till now, it was really lopsided. Like there was like 4 teams that were like shoe-in favorites, and that's it.
Yeah.
Where it's like now you can sit there and argue like 6 or 7 squads.
Yeah, it's going to be tight. It should be. I mean, again, regardless of all the other stuff that's going on with all the other garbage that surrounds this World Cup, it should be exciting on the pitch.
Yep. So moving on, we're going to move on to Group B. So this is going to be one of the group of deaths that I have forecasted. So we have Iran, the United States, It's Coming Home, and Wales.
I think it's easy to put Iran in for it. Am I just completely trashing this? No, all these Middle Eastern teams, or
I think you're underrating Iran. Iran actually had I think Iran had a decent run in 2018.
But Wales have 2 players that like to show up on the world stage. USA is up and up, and England is. I mean, they're England.
England's finishing second.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Iran is that they know each other very well. They played with each other. A lot of the team from the last tournament is returning for this tournament, and they played well. They know each other well. Again, they're also Middle Eastern, so it's probably not as crazy of any sort of climate jump for them. With regards to
it does depend though, because like. Iran is a large enough country, right? Like if you're one of those guys from the hills, sure. But more so than say a Welshman.
So my argument for Iran is, so in 2018 they were in a group with Portugal and Spain, and they finished 3rd.
Right.
And they pushed Portugal and Spain to the brink in the matches that they played against them. I don't know if that Iran is going to come back again, because this is the thing about the World Cup. There is no consistency.
No,
like there's always a fickleness of this like of a World Cup. Like you come in there and you'll be like, okay, cool. The team that won it the previous time gets knocked out in the group stages and gets eliminated by South Korea. Like nobody expected that.
Right.
So like, there's always and you know, and the funny thing is, I was talking to my dad before when I was thinking about what to say for the show, and my dad was like, this was the first time I was like, Dad, who do you think's a favorite? And he's like, I really don't know, to be honest with you. He's like, I understand the hype with Brazil and Argentina, but at the same time, he's like, I'm not sold on their stock. So like, even like my dad, who's, you know, seen up until like since he's seen Maradona's generational World Cups and everything.
Right.
So it's like, he didn't have an idea on it. Like normally when I was talking to him about 2018, when I was talking to him about 2014, 2010, he was able to be like, it's going to be between these 3 teams. So for him to kind of sit there and just be like, I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. But he did say, I think, and he also wanted me to tell you guys this, that he did say that right now there's a lot of hype with Brazil and Argentina, but like he's not even sold on those 2 yet either.
Sure.
No, and I would agree too. I mean, we'll get to. I think we'll get into it as the tournament goes on more so when we kind of see who's right and wrong.
Also, when we do our predictors, because it'll also go up to the knockout stages on this too. So we should probably get back to Group B. All right, first place. I'm going to put a vote for the U.S. I'm going to do the absolute unthinkable here. I think because the U.S. plays a 4-3-3 and a very high pressing 4-3-3, where the English national team plays with a back 5. They play kind of like a 3-5-2 because Gary Southgate plays like the most defensive football, even though he has the most offensive players.
Yeah.
I think just tactic wise, because the reason is I say England and the U.S. draw, and then like the United States beats Iran and Wales, in my opinion, and that's where I think that it could send them to winning the group, and like them winning the head-to-head against England. This
is one thing though with a tournament like this, is that when you play more of that attacking football, you're playing every 2-3 it's a very congested schedule, and can you keep that up? So that could play against USA, and that's why you see so many national teams set up more defensively. Not only is it easier to kind of learn the system because you only have a couple weeks, but because it's usually the off season, you've already played a bunch of games, and this one is even more whatever. It is what it is. I mean, it just makes more sense to set up defensively. So I don't know if that 4-3 is to USA's advantage in this setup. So I'm going England. That's my vote, anyways. I'm putting England as first.
No, I got you. It's just the thing is like I haven't seen England really impress or do anything crazy. I mean, like they got knocked out by Croatia, even though that Croatia was really good.
I think England are trash. I think they just have a little less trash in their bucket than the rest of these teams.
Yeah, but I think their manager sucks. I'm sorry.
No, their manager's absolutely horrible.
I with their negative style of football that they play, I'm not sold on them just because for all the weapons they do have, they don't utilize them. They don't utilize them, and I don't think a negative style of football that they play really is conducive to like some of these guys are starting to get a little bit older, like
Sterling.
Yeah, like Sterling.
True enough.
But like Henderson and like the midfield. I mean, like if he's playing, like push him, like because he's been run ragged at Liverpool for the past 5 years. Like you put the pressure on that. Like imagine, like I don't know what his legs are gonna be like, or like Luke Shaw at the back, like
it's all a joke.
Harry Maguire?
I mean, you guys don't need to convince me that I don't like England.
Right.
So game changers. Phil Foden and Harry Kane.
I thought, which game changers? Here's the game changer. NES Tecmo has put USA first, so that's the game changer. So you put USA first. I will concede that.
Yeah, I think USA wins. I do.
I think they do because here's our debate for the US. So you have a front three of Christian Pulisic, Giovanni Reina, and then I forgot their striker's name. It's Weah's kid.
Timmy Weah.
Timmy Weah. So I don't know if he's on the squad, but then you have okay. So you have those three. So you have Timmy Weah, you have Giovanni Reina, and you have Christian Pulisic. Those are the guys that run that top three. And then you have Big Mac McKennie, Chipotle McKennie in the middle of the park. You have Kelly Acosta. He's actually a really solid utility player. And then you, as another midfield option, I believe you have Yunus Musa.
You have Musa.
So I'm buying the stock on the U.S. just because they're younger, and they're a lot more hungrier as well.
Dude, honestly, Tyler Adams for Leeds right now is establishing himself as could be the guy coming up in the next couple of years as being like a midfielder you want to go get. Just like a ball-winning, gritty, hard-nosed, like he's going to get you the ball, he's going to distribute it well. He's looking like a real talent.
Yeah, and and I think Giovanni Reina is really underrated as well.
Okay, could you Americans stop stroking each other off and just put them in the first slot there?
I'm putting him in the first slot.
All right, we'll put him in the first
Hey,
slot.
listen, man, I have good things to say about the Canadians too. So it's not just that.
Yeah, we do. Okay. We're not gonna trash on you guys yet. No, I'm just kidding.
Yet. Okay.
So and then I think England. I think we're all gonna come to a consensus that England is gonna go second. Yeah. So then Wales and Iran. I'm gonna say Iran third, Wales fourth.
See, and I like Wales. Oh man, okay, is there a tiebreaker out there?
State your case. State your case, Dave.
I just think that Wales has a bit of grittiness to them, and they're able to grind out points. They're never good enough to really do anything, really past the group stage, round of 16th, whatever. But they've always been able to grind out some points. So,
because the thing is, for me, the reason why I don't rate them high is right now they're only going to go as far as Gareth Bale's golf swing and Aaron Ramsey's muscles take them.
I made the golf joke there. I'm telling you, this TFC podcast, as much as I love the TFC team, the guys that run that podcast, no sense of humor. I made the golf joke, and nobody understood what was going on because they were talking about him playing with LA. Brutal, guys, brutal. But you are right. And that's interesting. Where do you think the better golf is? California or Wales?
I'll tell you.
Tough.
Not in Qatar.
Not in Qatar. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, so Gareth Bale wants to get back in for the PGA Tour, so I say Wales gets eliminated second game in the tournament, and then Gareth Bale goes back to Augusta, Georgia.
I honestly just think the other squads are deeper. When I look at the Welsh squad, you got a lot of guys playing the English Championship, and I'm not dunking on the championship, but it's not. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, like there are a couple of teams in the championship that are pretty good, but like I mean, it's nothing that I think is gonna lead to the guys, especially like I think Iran's just got a better like they know each other well. I think the talent pool is a little stronger.
I do
Personally.
too. Yeah,
We'll
I
see.
agree with
That's
you
all
there.
right. You guys keep on
So-
bumping up my opinions. We'll move on. We'll see who's right in the long term. Group
right,
C,
so-
let's do this.
This one-
he's like, I just met this guy. He's just dunking on everything I got. Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, the,
all right.
together.
So, Group C, I think first and fourth are obvious in Group C. So, I'm going to say we all read the consensus Argentina first.
Yeah.
I think they have a chance of winning the tournament, so I would have to put them as first there.
I gotcha. All right. So, now this one's going to be open to some debate Mexico and Poland.
Poland's good.
Poland is good. However, Poland has a history of not being able to qualify for the round of 16, where Mexico has been consistently qualifying for the round of 16, despite being in very difficult groups.
That is
They're
true.
not
They do have a
as
history of doing
good
that.
though. Like I would argue that maybe they're in a bit weaker of Mexico. And I don't know if that's so much more because USA and Canada have gotten that much better. If Mexico's got worse.
I would
Or-
say U.S. and Canada's talent pool has gotten significantly better.
Yes, they have. But I also feel like Mexico's in a little bit of a down year. Again, these guys, a lot of these guys that I'm seeing now have gotten a bit older. They are a bit more seasoned, so they know. But at the same time, it's like, how much leg do they got?
Yeah, I was
don't
gonna
know.
say if Chicharito is still starting for Mexico, then I don't like their chances at all.
Right. I mean, and like there are guys who are supposed to be like their starting attackers who like the best player I think they got in attack right now is easily Chucky Lozano. Like, Raul Jimenez does not look right.
Yep.
And he's usually a killer, but he doesn't look right.
Carlos
and-
Vela is not an MLS player.
Yeah. Right. And
Yeah.
and Vela is, for all as good as he is at 37 or whatever the hell he is now, he's not playing for Mexico. I mean, you know what I mean? When you look at their midfield, I mean, I see a couple of names in there. Carlos Rodriguez for Cruz Azul is okay. Yeah, Edison Alvarez from Ajax is a good player. Hector Herrera is still in the squad,
Yep.
playing for the Dynamo. Like,
Yeah, but the one thing that always gives Mexico like plot armor is Ochoa. Like Ochoa is always gonna have like a 14 save game out of nowhere.
And where's Frankie?
Ochoa-
Frankie would be
Ochoa,
losing his mind right now.
yeah, Ochoa
Yeah.
just well, like I heard another podcaster basically say like Ochoa just turns into like Neuer, and like when it comes to like a or a Buffon, like obviously like a Buffon, like he has like games like that when it comes to Mexico, not with
But
America,
against-
but with both.
They're
Mexico.
also gonna, but against Lewandowski,
That's
is he
the
that
thing.
good?
Yeah.
I mean, this is different level of competition.
I think just Mexico is going to get so peppered with shots at this tournament that it's just going to come down to, at this point, just the quality and the quantity of shots that are coming from opposition. I think it's just going to be too much. You can't do everything.
Yeah, and also Poland has the Milik man too, so I think the Milik man drops some goals on them, and they have tech. So I'm gonna say I forward to motion, put Poland in second.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'd also like to note here 2K. He's saying England, USA, Wales, Iran. We're on the same page there. So 2K, we're together. These other guys, they vetoed that pick. So, well, we'll let them know in a couple weeks.
I'm just letting you guys know soccer's coming home. All right.
Oh man.
And
Okay,
then,
so Mexico. We didn't even talk about Saudi Arabia. So yeah, I'm just hating on all the Middle Eastern teams.
they're the team that Lewandowski scores like 5 goals against.
Yeah, they're not great.
All right, so
Not compared
Group
to the
D.
others.
This one's gonna be interesting. So I'm gonna throw in a curveball or a wild card to you guys.
Of course he will.
World Cup curse. So I would normally say France first place, but take into account that all of the previous World Cup winners have finished 4th.
Really?
Yes.
Oh. That does
France,
sound
I
like a
believe
curse.
Germany. I believe Germany finished 4th.
In Tunisia and Australia are easy for a team like France. You would
Yeah.
think.
So was South Korea for Germany, and they beat them.
South Korea's they're a giant killer sometimes. Just once in a while they
They can
just against
Yeah.
Giants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can be when when someone pays a certain ref to knock them out, knock Italy out of the World Cup that year.
Yeah, well,
Tinfoil hats.
We don't talk about that.
What a pass, guys. This thing is such a trick. How bad is France? So this is kind of, I think this is kind of a junky group as well, because I don't rate France as highly this year. We saw what they did in the Euros. We still know there's drama with Rabiot's mom and who else's mom. Just a bunch of moms are involved. It's kind of weird.
yeah. Mom drama.
Yeah, and Denmark's not a bad team.
No, Denmark. I think
Tunisia-
Denmark is a good team.
Yeah, I could, that's better way of saying it. Denmark is a good team. Tunisia and Australia aren't bad teams.
I think Tunisia and Australia are going to be battling for the 3rd and 4th spot in my opinion.
I think so.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I think so as well.
I agree.
So I'm gonna. I hope I don't jinx this. So we'll move France first.
Sure, I'm down.
I
with
think
that.
I think France has enough in the bag to secure first, but I think it'll scrape. I think they'll scrape first.
Yeah, they're not getting clean through this. They're gonna have to fight for it.
Yeah.
So and then
But yeah, Denmark's an easy 2. And between
So-
these two guys, that's hard. I'm not really sure.
So
here.
the Socceroos or
I like the Socceroos, to be honest.
Socceroos?
I think every so often you see like a couple of quality players come out of Australia.
Oh yeah, they do have some decent players there.
Right.
But Tunisia sometimes does as well. So
You know what? Fair point. You know, my knowledge on Tunisia is very limited. So whatever I'm at your discretion.
it's a toss up, though. Really, I think this is such a hard one. I don't know if anybody got a tiebreaker. That will go with whatever you think.
Say, do I got a quarter?
Any Australia 4th?
He
You
says
wanna
not
go-
this year. Okay. He broke it. Dennis Techno broke it,
All
so
right.
we'll swap him.
There you go.
All right, so moving on to Group of Death number 2.
So
Japan.
This group
okay, you
is-
call
this
it.
group is
There's
gonna be
2 really
fun.
good teams. Yes, but
Oh, I think. Well,
I think there's
what-
3.
you think there's okay. I'll let you.
I'll
let
wait.
you
I think there's
hash
3.
it.
All right,
right.
so obviously Germany and Spain are your favorites. Japan is a dark horse.
Yep.
They are a very, very good team.
Mhm.
Very underrated as well.
Yeah.
Just because of the style that they play, also just kind of the investment that the Japanese Football Federation did with the Japanese national team. They play a very, very tight-knit group football. They are very, very tough to break down, very tough to beat. Canada had a tough time playing those guys in a friendly a couple days ago too. So I think Japan is a very big favorite as a dark horse. They are
But
one of
we
the dark
beat
horse
them.
teams.
We still beat them.
Okay.
I think I think Canada can beat Japan. I'm not sold that Germany can beat Japan.
Okay, now this is where it gets interesting. Is Germany? Do they actually show up this year? Because they are a good team. They just don't play well.
They're turning
I
over.
mean, even
Yeah.
in the Euros, they did not look sharp at all.
No, and they lost to England even. So that's
Yeah.
tough when you lose
If
to
you, get
England.
beat, if you get beat by England, you're automatically a banter national team.
So I think Spain is. I've had them for about a year now as my favorites to win the tournament. Is it safe to put them as number 1? Is there any contention there?
I
I could go-
don't contend with that.
I don't either.
Okay, so let's slot in Spain.
Yeah.
And now it's really Germany or Japan, the Axis powers.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go off the beaten path. I'm gonna say Japan.
I'm in agreement.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not completely sold on Germany. I love to root for Germany, but my indecision, I'll go with your guys' decision here.
All right.
And
Costa
I'm not
Rica's
gonna-
crap, so
Yeah, no, Costa Rica's gonna get smoked. But like again, this German team has talent. There's no doubt about that. But I think this was Flick's first World Cup. I think he's still getting his football into German squad. I don't think he's had enough turnaround time to really do that. And like Dash was saying, like Japan has invested a lot into their federation, and they have a a squad that knows each other well, and they play really well together. I think they're going to be really good.
They were 60 minutes, or not even 60. They were 60 seconds, almost a couple minutes away from eliminating Belgium last World Cup.
Yes, they were.
Nice.
So they were there. It was just one bad counterattack that they ate.
Okay, Group F. This is my group.
Moving to Dave's group of death.
Dave's group.
And this is definitely very much a toss-up. I've discussed this, obviously, being like the resident soccer expert, if that's what you want to call me. I mean, it's relative, right? Because I'm in Canada. Everyone's an idiot when it comes to soccer, so it makes me look good. So
Just don't get on these folks.
No, it's true though. Especially where I live, it's all hockey, nothing but hockey.
So we've got Hakimi in Morocco versus Jonathan David in Canada, and then we got Kevin De Bruyne and Lukaku with Belgium, and then we have Luka Modric and Croatia.
So here's my problem with Belgium and Croatia. I love both their teams. I think they're great. They're geriatric.
Yep.
All their star players are freaking old.
Dave's going Canada first, guys. You hear it here first.
I don't know. I feel like they have every right to be able to advance.
I would say they have every right to advance. I say they don't have every right to win the group.
They have no right to win that group. But they're not coming in fourth. They are going to fight for second. And I can't say 100% if they're going to get second.
They're not coming in fourth.
No.
No way.
No, but if they come in third, it's going to be by like a point or something. It's going to be close.
So I say this: a healthy Kevin De Bruyne, Lukaku, and Hazard. I think Belgium wins the group.
They were supposed to win the Euros. On paper, they're still probably the best team or one of the best in the world.
Yeah, the Belgian national team always performs in the group stages. It's in the latter rounds that they always suck.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
So, because the thing is
they are geriatric, especially at the back, and you got the pace of Canada coming at them.
And that's the thing. Canada's very pacey, very counterattacky. And you have Alfonso on a left wing instead of a left back.
Right. And you
go ahead. No, go.
I was saying, so you have De Bruyne in the midfield, right? And obviously, no one is, talking about the gravity of that, right? Because I mean, the dude is. No one's denying the fact that the dude is an unreal footballer. But when I look at like the rest of it, they're kind of soft. Like
they are fairly soft.
Axel Witsel, I'm not sold on that guy for a second. Never have been.
Dries he's broken anyways.
Yeah,
Dries is old. He's like 37, isn't he?
Yeah, Dries is like 32 or 3, playing for Galatasaray, right? Like, in Galatasaray, I'm not dunking on the Galatasaray either, but like he's not where he was. You have Den Donker, he's okay. Atletico looked terrible this year. You got Carrasco in the middle. You got Yuri Tielemans. I think Tielemans and De Bruyne are like the best part about that midfield. But I think Canada can really mess with this team.
So we saw Italy in the Euros counterattack them.
Remember, they got Courtois,
and that's good. Like that helps them. But like again, dude, I don't know. I think his defense leaves him too open.
Here's my argument with the Italy comparison with getting hit on the counter. Canada doesn't have Italy's midfield at that time. You didn't have a surging Barella, a Jorginho playing out of his mind.
No, and that's what won it for him. And I'm not going to try to pretend Canada has a but they have. Too. Yeah, and that Chiesa, how many times? Not just Belgium. How many times did he open everyone up? That's going to be Alfonso essentially. Yeah, just on the left side. Yeah, he's just going to completely blow past everyone on that wing.
Because my only concern with Jonathan Davis is that I haven't seen him play. Like, for example, he's playing in League One. And it's not me dunking on France, but like my only negative. So my only counter arguments for Canada is it's their first World Cup in a long time. Usually debuting squads, usually debuting squads in their first World Cup don't really do very well, just because players don't have the experience. They're just not used to it. Which is fine. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that Canada's going to come in here and go fourth like Saudi Arabia did when they played in their first World Cup last time. Right. But like even Iran, with them debuting, they finished third in their group. So a lot of debuting squads, and especially Canada, because they're technically young, My only thing is I don't see them winning the group. I see them. It's going to be a toss-up between second and third with Canada and Croatia.
Is that where do you think Croatia goes? Where do you have them?
Dude, I think Croatia can win this group.
They can.
They could.
People say, oh well, they're old. Yeah, but Luka Modric at 37 is still unbelievable.
He is.
Same thing
He
with
is
Perisic as well.
Perisic.
Yeah.
I mean, Brozovic is rubbish if you ask me personally.
But that's the Croatian style, right? Just having that grittiness. I don't know why Dash is so soft, but the rest of them.
But I'm not Croatian though.
No, Balkan. You know what I'm saying? Balkans.
Yeah, they have that Balkan blood, man. The Balkans are tough, dude, and like. I mean, their back is pretty good. I like their back, like their defenders. I think their ability to play with one another. Orsic has just been like clutch when it comes to playing in tournament ball. I like them to win the group personally, but I can understand like why some people wouldn't be high on that. So because they are old.
And that is my concern. Modric is amazing, but he's also 37.
Yeah,
and again, these tournaments, right?
Even though we haven't, we don't want to admit it, but Brozovic has progressed to be one of the most, a decent central defensive midfielder as well.
Oh yeah, he is good.
I dunk on him just because he's
an injured player. And then they also have Mateo Kokovic, and then I think who else was the other
Kovacic
one?
is a hell of a player.
Yeah.
I think there's no getting around that. And Pasalic is a good player.
You can almost say Croatia. I could agree with Croatia going in for, and that's the thing. It's such a toss-up.
And then you have Rebic as well, too, up top.
Oh man!
So the thing is,
I'm liking Croatia more than Belgium now.
It's like Belgium and Croatia's experience is definitely going to help them out.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way it doesn't help them out. Mm-hmm. See, this is probably actually one of the hardest groups to decide.
It is super hard. Yeah, Morocco never gets talked about. Yeah, they might be the dark horse, but they're probably in fourth. I'm gonna say.
Right.
They also got stuck in a group that is pretty tricky.
Yeah.
They could all win it. That's the thing that irritates me is 3 teams can actually win this group.
And that's the thing. Croatia can take points off Belgium, right? Belgium can take points off Canada, but Canada they can all take points off each other essentially. At the end of the day,
Morocco could sneak through because points got taken off of teams, right? Maybe there's more draws than we anticipate, and Morocco sneaks through because they had they got through on a fixture. They had the game of their life, and they got through on a fixture that maybe everybody was kind of poo-pooing and being like, "Nah, no way." And I mean,
maybe they get 3 draws. They can get through with 3 draws if everyone else beats each other. If say Belgium runs away, and then everyone else draws each other.
Right.
Who
the hell knows?
Yeah. Ah, man.
All right.
This is actually turning into the one where I'm like, oh shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, so NES says Belgium. I'm gonna say Belgium. What do you two say?
Seljuk saying Israel. Yeah, he hasn't been around in a couple of weeks. Welcome back. Yeah, he jumped on when we were playing Haifa and decided to.
I'll say Israel.
Are they here?
So I thought I won.
I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to say Belgium winning the group. Anybody want to?
I don't like it, but Dave, what do you think?
That was my original. I'm so biased, and I want Canada to come into number 2. That something's got to give.
Well, I think we can put Canada. I think putting Canada second. I don't think that's.
I'm not going to push against that.
Yeah, that's not outlandish as a take.
So
I think
who's
it's just
better, Croatia or Belgium?
Oh, I'll say this. I'm going to say this. Either Belgium or Croatia will get eliminated in the group stage.
That is correct. I agree.
This is tearing
One
me.
of the two.
I mean, NES was tie-breaking us before, so
here's the thing. So it's gonna be win the group or bust for Belgium or Croatia.
So because Seljuk says Croatia, Morocco will go through, those are the two that are going forth.
Okay. I think he tie breaks. I think we just go Croatia 1, Canada 2, Belgium 3, just because their golden generation crashes out and Eden Hazard just decides to not play anymore.
Right.
Because I don't think Lukaku's at 100% either.
He's not, and I haven't seen that Hazard in years.
Yeah.
No,
You know?
not really.
I mean,
He ain't the same guy.
I've seen Thor again, Hazard.
Yeah,
And,
he's actually been a pretty good Hazard.
Oh.
the better of the two
All
hazards.
right. So Croatia, Canada, Belgium in third, Morocco. I think we can agree and close this group out.
Yeah, we got to move on.
We'll see. I'll be interested to see what happens to Morocco next time around.
Yeah, I think once they get a better group. And then so the next one, which is another group of death, we have Cameroon, Brazil, Switzerland, and Serbia. So
I have to
I'm
put
gonna
Brazil is Brazil
number
you'd
one.
have
I think
to say it's number one.
Brazil is ununanimous number one, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because these three are literally a rematch of 2018.
Right.
Now I
So
really
it
like
ends-
Serbia this year as well, though,
Mm-hmm. Me too.
and I like them better than the other two.
Yeah, because Switzerland dropped off quite a bit. So I would say Serbia just because of the SMS Vlahovic.
Serbia
Kostic.
has built them up to have quite a solid squad. When you look at it, I like their squad a lot, actually.
So Seljuk underestimate Morocco. That's Hakimi's team, best right back in the world. Well, Canada has the best left back in the world. So what do you say?
Come on, man. Hakimi can't even play defense. He's like Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'm getting really one of the best right backs in the world. Like, bro, you're just an overrated crosser. Like, chill. Like, I'm serious, man. Like, everyone's like, oh my God, Joe Cancelo is such a great right back. Bro, he let 2 goals in against Real Madrid in the semifinals.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
I know.
really,
watching.
like I'm like literally getting irritated when everyone says that, like, yeah, Trent, yeah, Hakimi, yeah, Cancelo. Like, those guys can't defend. Like, they're not defenders.
Yeah, but remember, that's what they are on paper, right? Is they're supposed to be able to defend, but they don't. They're not
don't
good
know.
at it. Like,
Like-
and yeah, but like it's like, okay, so they benefit from a system that presses high, right? But like the minute they're asked to play defense, the
They
wheels
crumble.
come off. Yeah, the
they
wheels just
crumble.
come off.
Because it's like, what is it? Like, even in the Champions League final, man, like, I don't know how Trent Alexander-Arnold lost Vinicius, but he did. And that's where it came through.
That was
And
the
like,
weakness, man.
and then even, what is it? Carvajal was like, yo, I'm crossing this ball over Cancelo because Cancelo can't defend. Boom. Real Madrid scored 2 in less than 2 minutes.
It was predictable, though, and I'm not going to say I'm the only one that predicted this because it was just that easy to predict. But watching that match, it was just at what point is Alexander-Arnold just going to give up defending completely? You know, and it happened. So like there it was.
Yeah, it's just for me, like, I always thought that like the modern left back and right back are like washout wingers. Like guys that don't like guys that like they're guys that can cross but can't do it's like almost like Kostic, but like a shittier Kostic.
So like
They
Alfonso
can
Davies.
cross. They can cross, but they can't dribble through defenders like
Yeah.
a winger can. And like, I mean, and I've seen Davies like dribble around dudes like it's his job, like it's truly his job. When
Yeah.
it really isn't. So
Davies-
Yeah,
that's
no,
not
I'm
for
just trying to
everybody,
trash my
but, like,
homeboys.
Yeah.
But no,
Davies
I know,
plays,
but
yeah.
Dash, I know what you're saying though.
Yeah, because like I'm like looking at how these guys play, and I'm like, these guys are like washout wingers in a sense, where it's like they can cross the ball and shoot, but like they have terrible positioning, terrible field IQ, and like when you watch them do a slide tackle, you're just like, no.
Right. It's like, who taught you?
If they-
Did anybody teach you how to do that?
Yeah, like who? YouTube?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so final indication of this group. So we got Brazil 1, Serbia 2, Switzerland 3, Cameroon. Thanks for showing up.
And-
Get your money, get your plane tickets out of here.
And the chat made pretty unanimously on 1-2.
Yeah.
3-4. It could be a bit of a toss-up. Cameroon, you know, they're not bad. Switzerland, they're missing a couple guys now. Like Zaka, is he playing for him this year? or is he
Let me
done?
check.
Yeah. Jacko's playing for him.
Is he
Yeah,
still
Dzeko's
playing?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
So is
Granit Xhaka. Yeah.
Yeah. So is Shaqiri.
Shaqiri's playing.
Oh, so they're still playing. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So
I
they
mean,
still have a chance.
because
Yeah.
with Switzerland, Shaqiri, and then they have Anatovic as well. Oh no, that's Austria. Never mind. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
They got Fabian Schär from
Yeah.
Newcastle, and Newcastle's been good this year. They got Remo Freuler back there.
Yep. And they also
Yeah,
have
it's not bad.
tournament form Shaqiri.
Right.
Okay.
Which is just a different Shaqiri. Which
Yeah,
my
just the other one.
My curious is I'm curious as to where their goals are going to come from.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
like
the
their
same.
attack really, but and I'm like part of me is like I want to see Cameroon do at least okay because so for my MLS because I do have an MLS team. I love the Sounders. Like that's my crew. I've loved them for years. And my boy Nuhu Tolo was on there. You know, young Nuhu Tolo, and I want to see him do well. But like, let's be real, Cameroon's gonna get smoked. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
And
it's unfortunate.
Selçuk's making fun of the U.S. in first place there. There was a lot of discussion there, Selçuk. Not all of us are in agreement there, so you know we made concessions. Don't worry.
Yeah, we picked the U.S. first just to piss a bunch of English fans off.
But I also think Iran is crap and they're not doing anything, so we still don't agree.
Yeah,
Nobody agrees.
I vote Maccabi Haifa to win the entire World Cup.
Yeah.
So, moving on to this one's a hot take on my end. The final group, which I also kind of think is a group of death just because of certain teams that are playing in it.
Agreed.
So you have Cristiano Ronaldo in his last ride with Portugal. You have Edison Cavani and Luis Suarez in their last ride. And then you have Ghana, which is hands down the best African team in World Cup history. Not like, I'm not saying this is the best Ghana team, but experience-wise, like historical.
Experience-wise, yes, historically.
Yeah. It historically does well in the World Cup. And then also you have South Korea.
There's the dark horse right there.
I don't think South Korea is a far dark
Or
horse,
not the
though.
dark horse, but the giant killer, right? Like they're the team that's gonna beat Portugal randomly.
I don't
So-
think
Not
it'll be that
see-
random, to be honest.
I don't think
Okay,
so
well,
either.
but you know what I'm saying? Like they'll show up, Portugal, be like, "Oh, we got this," and then Korea ends up winning. That's gonna be that kind of situation.
So I want to say that Portugal wins the group, but my only thing is the only thing that gets in Portugal's way is Fernando Santos. That is the only thing. This
Or
Portugal
not
squad is
Ronaldo losing
incredible.
his ship because nobody passed to him.
No, that team, they could bench Ronaldo and they would be fine.
No, that's true as well. Yeah,
I would argue that it's better that they do.
I think so too. I think if they were to bench Ronaldo during the group stages, they would actually qualify.
There's so much talent on this team. There's no denying that. But Dash, go ahead. Go say what you were gonna say. I don't want to cut you off.
No, you're fine. So what I was thinking about Portugal, and this is taking out Ronaldo from the equation. You have Rafael Leao on the left wing. You have Bruno Fernandes on the right wing, and then as backups you have Bernardo Silva, Joe Cancelo, João Felix on the offensive phase of the ball. As a striker, you have Andre Silva, who's been doing really well as well. It's
a stacked team.
It's a very stacked team. And then, like, defensively, you have Pepe, which, I mean, he is old, but, like, again, he's old, reliable. They have Ruben Diaz. You have, it's a stacked squad, man. This team will
defensively,
only go
they're serviceable, but, like, offensively, like, watch out.
And then you have Ruben Neves that absolutely single-handedly destroyed us in the Champions League.
Yeah.
With
I mean,
Benfica.
they got so many good, like, individual
João Mario.
players. It's, yeah. I mean,
Like I
another one
said,
there.
Portugal's number one issue is Fernando Santos. It's not even Ronaldo. Hell, with the amount of chances that Ronaldo would get in this squad, it's easy. It's tap-in city for him.
Yeah. So Portugal first.
Yeah, I don't see any other team topping
Zach,
Portugal.
do you agree?
I don't necessarily disagree. I think they might have a banana peel in here, though. Like, I think they might slip up and hit second, but like I wouldn't push back against first.
Historically, they're known for doing that.
Right.
Because they did tie against, I believe they tied against Iran in the last World Cup.
And like I could see like South Korea like ruining their day.
But then they can also just ruin Uruguay's day as well, right? You don't know whose day they're going to ruin.
Whose day are they going to ruin? Right.
Yeah, it's just like it's only a matter of who they're gonna go for. Because the one thing I do see happening is that I do think Uruguay has completely dropped off a lot since the last World Cup, just because Suarez and Cavani are on their last legs.
Yeah,
Literally.
like very last
legs.
legs.
Guys are still playing, like
Yeah, same thing. Like their starting center back is Diego Godin.
Yeah, like dude's
Really?
playing for a very bad Velez Sarsfield right now. Like
Wow.
they were.
I haven't heard that name in years.
Yeah. So yeah, he's in Argentina now, and Sarsfield were this past year. Because I'm like at this point I'm just like I'm like a calcio addict. Like I can't stop watching leagues. Like and no, there are some I absolutely won't touch. But like I think South American football and Argentina and Spain and Brazil is just fascinating to watch.
Yeah, really aggressive, hyper aggressive style too.
Right. And like there's always drama. It's always just wild. You never like average stoppage time 8 minutes.
Oh wow.
At least.
Nice.
Like you never know, right?
Yeah.
And Velez Sarsfield were atrocious this year. Like they were so bad. And Diego Godin was not helping. So
yeah, I mean, what is it?
Like,
Inter was like, yeah, we got to drop this guy.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. So with Uruguay, so like their shining players are going to be Darwin Nunez, who hasn't been super consistent with Liverpool, arguably one of the best midfielders in the world in Federico Valverde, and apparently a resurging Rodrigo Bentancur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they still have enough decent players in that team that I think they should secure second.
Yeah, they have a decent squad to finish second, but I think Portugal. This is probably one of the best Portugal sides we've ever seen.
They're definitely in the running.
Like this is hands down better than the Figo era.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you know what I
when
love to see? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go.
Oh, mine's just a little bit of a tangent. Our boy Martin Cáceres,
he's still in
Galaxy, still in the squad.
Is he? Nice.
The dude, reliable, baby.
Yeah,
he is. He is reliable.
I do like to see. I'll give him a pat on the back for that one, man. Like. Nice. I see that and I do grin a little bit. I'm like, hey, look, man, he's still playing the game, still killing it.
Yeah, like so the thing that I wanted to say is like your mind if Portugal's only negative is having Ronaldo and Pepe, that's actually really good.
That's a negative, yeah. That's the negative.
Like if that's a negative, that's what I'm saying. Like if having Cristiano Ronaldo on your team is like a negative because of his age, that's like a really good problem to have.
Oh yeah.
So I think we're all here. So Portugal and then Uruguay second.
Yeah,
I won't deny that. I won't fight against that. Yeah.
And then
I think South Korea is going to sneak in there personally, but I can understand why Uruguay could very well go through.
And then I would say Korea third.
Group stage
completed. So I put South Korea third and then Ghana fourth.
That's fine.
Okay, yeah, okay, it is. That's what we got now.
All right, so moving on to the playoff, the round of 16. So the first match is the Netherlands versus England.
Netherlands, because screw England. Also, Netherlands is a great team. Sorry, Zach.
No, you're good, man. I don't disagree. I think Netherlands are gonna win that game.
I was gonna say whether or not De Ligt handballs or not.
Yeah.
If that's if they don't bench them.
They might. Shit.
So Argentina, Denmark. I think Argentina wins that one.
Yep.
Right,
so this one
doesn't have a chance in hell.
Yeah, Spain versus Canada. Dave.
That's depressing. We gotta face Spain. Yeah, we're losing that one.
Yeah.
Because I got Spain going all the way.
All right.
Ooh, this is good. Brazil, Uruguay.
Uruguay.
I think Brazil is going to wipe the floor with Uruguay. Yep. And I know like Uruguay have a lot of pedigree. I'm aware of that, like historically, but like this is a Brazil side that looks scary and an Uruguay side that is old.
Yep.
Yeah, just gotta go with Brazil.
And Victor decided to tell us twice that Canada isn't good enough to go through. I mean, that's why we play the games. That's why we have them going through, because collectively, I think they have a chance.
We have them as a dark horse. That's why they're kind of like one of our wild card picks. So then the next one we have the United States versus Senegal. I'm gonna go
USA.
crazy and say USA.
I don't think that's crazy.
I don't think that's crazy either. I think the U.S.
And
can beat
then
them.
France versus Poland.
This is interesting because this is when France can start choking.
Yes. I still think they'd be. I think
they beat Poland.
Yeah, the odds you would have to say France, but you never know with that one.
But it's tricky. Definitely tricky.
Yeah, no, definitely. So and then Croatia versus Japan. I'm gonna vote Japan.
I think Japan will beat them. Yeah.
Do you? Oh man,
I do.
I love Croatia, but Croatia's so old.
Is very good. Right. I think the Japanese vigor and more youthful side will carry them through.
And this is when Croatia's going to start slowing down, is in the round of 16. I would have made them perhaps go one more round, but they definitely don't have the legs to keep on going. But that's fine. 2-1 there.
This one's going to probably be the best game. Portugal-Serbia.
Oh, man, that's going to be an awesome game.
Portugal still.
Portugal,
I think,
team. But I think Serbia is going to give them a run for their money.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good game.
That's going to be a hell of a game to watch.
If everything.
Yeah, if we're right.
Right. If we got this, if we in this case, I mean, shoot, if all these things are working out the way they're working out, I mean,
because think about it this way: so if Portugal finished second, you would get them in Uruguay in the round of 6, or you'd get them in Brazil in the round of 16. So like it's a complete toss up. Right. All right, so moving up, we got Argentina versus the Dutch.
Good. Oh, this is good.
Argentina against who? I'm sorry.
Argentina versus Netherlands.
I think Argentina is going to beat them, but Netherlands are tough.
I like the Netherlands. I have a bit of a bias for the Netherlands, but I also like Argentina.
Let's break it down. So Argentina in the knockout stages goes as far as Di Maria's legs. I think we've seen that in the past 2 World Cups.
Yeah.
Because when Di Maria wasn't healthy for the final, Argentina had nothing. Same thing with the Copa America.
He's barely healthy as it is.
Di Maria carried that Argentinian team in that final against Brazil.
Yes. Does Netherlands have the organization? Like, are they going to get their shit together this year, though? That's the question.
I mean, you have. So remember, you have a center back pairing of Matthijs de Ligt and Steven de Vrij.
De Vrij is suspect.
Yeah, it's not. Van Dijk, where's he at these days? Is Van Dijk injured, or where's he at?
No, he's all right.
He's all right. He's there.
Not having a great year.
That's what it is. He's just not having a great year as well.
But you still got 3 decent center backs though.
Yeah.
And then offensively, you would have Memphis Depay.
Okay.
And then Frankie De Jong in the midfield,
which is okay.
Well, De Jong's a good player, but
Argentina obviously has Messi.
Well, they have Messi, Dybala, DePaul.
Yeah.
Will Dybala even
play? He's fit. I don't know if he'll start. He is fit. It's fit enough.
As fit as Di Maria is.
I was going to say, Dybala and Di Maria are legit wild cards. They'll probably either get hurt the first game or play the entire tournament. But there's no in between.
Netherlands have a couple players too that might pick up some knocks as well. I mean, Depay, for instance. So
Depay is just never healthy. That guy.
So I say Argentina wins. They scrape by in penalties.
That's a good play. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with Argentina. It's a tough one, but let's do
Argentina on PKs. So next we have this one: Brazil versus Spain.
I still have to go with Spain because I said they're gonna win it, as I say every round. So I mean, I just go for Spain.
I like Brazil, but
I like Brazil as well. However, if Spain
it's the youngsters from Spain, man.
So my only negative towards Spain is that they do not have a number 9, a consistent number 9.
Yeah, a consistent one. But they have, oh my god, their midfield is so silky smooth. They have a pretty good back line. That is really just the missing piece, is having an all-out number 9.
Because, here's the interesting thing, guys. Here's the interesting discussion on this one. So Spain will go as far as Morata finishes his chances, and Brazil will go as far as Neymar plays.
Yes.
because a Neymar-less Brazil folds in a way, but their youth is really good.
I think Spain is just better drilled.
Because the thing with Brazil is like they're flash in a bottle in a sense, where like they'll be really really good or really really bad at some point of the tournament. Because like defensively, can we say that like I'm confident in Brazil's defense?
Well, it's the Juventus defense.
I am.
So yes, right now I would say.
I think you.
I don't think. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say you got Bremer, Militao, Telles, Marquinhos, Danilo, Sandro, Silva, and Rubbish Alves. So, I mean, I like their defense. I mean, besides like Thiago Silva being like ancient,
still,
and Sandro not playing offense. So long as Sandro isn't going forward, he's serviceable as a going backward, not forward though.
Okay, and then I think Brazil's defense is better than Spain's defense for sure.
But it's the whole concept now. The midfield wins games in Spain. Just their passing game. You could probably say it's the best in the world.
Yeah, but the problem is one counterattack from Vinicius and Spain's done.
Yeah,
I mean, and their midfield isn't bad. I mean, not by Brazil, but I mean, like it's pretty good. Like
yeah,
I
it's
think
still really good.
Yeah, I mean, they're a little older, but like Fred for summer or whatever. How do you Fredge? I think it's Fredge when you put it with a Brazilian accent.
Okay.
Is a different player when he plays for them. Like he just plays so much better in Brazil than he does.
Everyone
for
plays
United.
better for not Man U.
Yeah, fair point. So we expect maybe even Casemiro to show up and play better.
Yeah,
and he got Bruno Guimaraes, who is just ridiculous. He's starting to show himself.
Man. Brazil is starting to sound good, but that's ruining my prediction.
Right, I know. You're like the money, but like
just put Brazil in. It's 2-1, and you're making me think. So go Brazil.
I think Brazil wins this year. I think 2026 rolls around and Spain is going to be scary.
Oh, yeah, because they have so many up and comers.
Yeah, I think they, with a little bit more blooding in and getting their systems right and work with Luis Enrique, I think in 2026 they're going to be terrifying to play.
You know,
even in Euros.
I also say Italy in 2026 will be scary too.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I called that. Yeah,
we're not talking about Italy today. It's for the next 6 weeks. There's no Italy.
All right, so this next one, the United States versus France.
France. The French, the Americans, enough gifts.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, who knows? Mbappe might choke in PKs.
Huh?
Mbappe's cheat code. I don't care. No, I don't think.
No, I'm just kidding. The U.S.'s defense can't hold France.
I don't think they have a chance.
Yeah. I don't trust Long or Zimmerman to play defense against
they can't.
Mbappe. Like it's just no. Honestly, against any of this attacking line,
because it's Giroud, it's Mbappe, Giroud, and
Griezmann, and then you can pull like Thuram off the bench or like Coman. I mean, Kingsley Coman is fast. He's pacey. Like, and
it's just
I'm
good
expecting
luck.
Aaron Long to keep up with him. No way.
Yeah, the U.S. can't. They can't. Like,
don't
I mean, I've
forget
seen them.
Rabiot bossing the midfield.
Yeah.
You got to say it because he's going to be there.
You got Camavinga, you got Tchouameni, you have Rabiot, and you got Rabiot, and you got even Guendouzi for Marseille, which is weird
not bad
to say, has had like a pretty good year this year. He's like playing better than he has been. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, got away from that trash EPL league.
Yeah. Who? I think doesn't even come up on my radar.
So the final matchup in the quarters, we got Japan versus Portugal. I think Japan fights hard, but Portugal beats them here.
Yeah, too much of a difference in quality there.
They're a
but they do not go down. They don't get blown away. I think
they don't get blown away.
It's a good fight, and they have plenty to hold their heads up for. But I think that the quality in that Portugal side is something.
All right.
Moving to the
Classic.
semifinals, we have Argentina versus Brazil. I say Brazil avenges the Copa America loss to Argentina and beats them and goes to the final. I think Brazil have way too much better quality than Argentina does.
I'd have to agree with that. Yeah,
Yep.
Argentina kind of. I think they peaked already. So
Yeah, they peaked
Yeah.
last year, and everyone's gonna hate me for this, but I think their Copa America win was a fluke.
I think it was
Yeah.
a lot of grit, some luck, and heart.
yeah,
I think
yeah, it
that's-
wasn't
I
the
think
cleanest, obviously.
I think they wanted it.
Yeah, it's
know?
it's like Portugal's Euro 2016 one.
Yeah, they wanted it. Like okay, okay. I'm not gonna lie. Like going back to that Portugal team of 2016, right? Like I don't like Pepe, like as a player, because he's like one of those guys you kind of like love to
Punch
hate.
in the
'cause
face, yeah.
you want to punch him, right? I watched that dude after that second overtime, like puke, or like on the field.
Yeah,
Like the dude gave every ounce he had in that game, and it made me respect him. I was like, that dude literally like could not go anymore, and he fought. And like as much as I want to punch him, I gotta respect that.
no, for sure. So I think we're all gonna vote Brazil here.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So moving down here, France versus Portugal. I'm gonna vote Portugal just because their depth is insane.
Yeah, and France eventually, like they got a fairly easy run so far, and that's the only reason why they're at the point they are now, because the mom drama cannot sustain. It's not.
France will get in their own way. That's what I see it as.
I think you know what's really funny is that I think this game will come down to it'll be tight. I think it'll be tight if Giroud shows up. France could sneak it because Giroud just has this he has that moment in him. I hate
He's
to
clutch.
say it, like
Yeah,
the
he
dude
does it with
has a
Milan.
the dude has a clutch gene, and he did it with
he won
like,
it. Yeah.
yeah, like, and he's done it before with them. Like, I've seen it because he just does the job and he gets it done when he needs to get it done.
Yeah, I mean he's done it with
think-
Milan plenty of times.
Right. Like, the dude's got a clutch gene. If he shows up and Portugal don't establish themselves, I think France could edge it. But on paper, Portugal looks really tough. I think.
I say we
Portugal
go for let's go Portuguese final.
Portuguese breakfast.
There you
It
go.
really is a Portuguese breakfast.
Yeah. So we got Brazil and Portugal in the final. I say Ronaldo's last dance. Ronaldo scores. it,
Ronaldo's
wins it.
last dance. That, and I mean, if FIFA are gonna rig things like they're known to do,
Right.
you kind of have to give Ronaldo his last dance, don't you?
Look, I mean, as I'm looking through this bracket, I was like, dude, I think it's gonna be Ronaldo or Messi, and in this case, we got Ronaldo up there. So, like, I really do think that FIFA has they have their little agenda, and neither of these guys have won a World Cup. They've got,
I mean,
you know,
look at the bracket placement. I mean, Argentina's on the opposite side with Portugal. Like, I mean, heck, if we did this, if we hit Argentina, it would have been.
I mean, why would it not be that though?
Yeah.
I mean, again, and I didn't want to be that cynic. Like, I'd be like, oh, you know, I'm going to talk like purely football here, right? But like, the cynical side of me says, oh, they're setting this up for the Ronaldo Messi final.
Listen, they know they already messed this World Cup up, so they have to go all in. They might as well make it one of those World Cups that we talk about in 40 years' time, and there's books about it, by how much of a travesty it was, but nobody cares because Messi or Ronaldo won it.
Right.
Could you imagine if it was one of those two, both of those against each other in the final? That would break the internet.
It
would.
Ugh. I can only just hear and see the discourse from Ronaldo and Messi fanboys.
Like
The level of headache already is just absurd. I'd have to stay if Twitter is still around, I would have to stay off it.
Because it's, dude, oh my goodness, you're literally gonna like piss off 3 billion people if one of them loses to the other one in the final.
Oh my god! I say that might end Twitter. It just implodes
would.
because
It would.
everybody is just like Messi, Ronaldo. Pessi, Pinaldo.
Because here's the funny thing. So, like, the things that the two players get trolled the most. So, imagine if Ronaldo scores a tap in and Messi misses a penalty.
I mean, you can
Like,
break this
that-
down millions of different ways.
Because the thing is, everybody trolls Messi and says he misses penalties when they matter, and everyone says Ronaldo's just a tap in guy. So, like, could you imagine? Could you imagine if those happened in the game? Like, oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious.
I'd be like, what simulation? What simulation are we in right now?
Yeah. So I did want to add, though, as well as FIFA. I believe FIFA has predicted the game. The FIFA games have predicted the previous 4 World Cups and got them all correct. And they predict or 3.
Right.
Was it 3 or 4? One of those.
It was 3. Yeah.
Yep. So they predicted Argentina going all the way. I think this is going to be the year they get it wrong.
I agree. Again, unless they're twisting knobs and levers back there, you know.
Yeah.
Argentina, Portugal final. I mean, why not? I think you almost just have to do it for the vibes.
I think Brazil chokes this final to Portugal, in my opinion. That's the one thing that you'll see with Brazil is they're young. I think the emotions and the pressure will get to them. One quick goal by Portugal might set this entire Brazil team in shambles.
Yeah.
Now, I
in
will
any
say
case,
they have to beat Alisson Becker or Ederson. And
yeah,
those are 2 really good goalkeepers.
but every keeper's beatable, right?
That's true.
Quality of strikers.
Bernardo Silva and Bruno Fernandes have beaten both Alisson Becker.
Yeah, set plays, corners, free kicks, any of these
And
things.
you hit them hard, you hit them fast. You essentially sucker punch and shock them. Could totally change the game.
It's gonna be
just. Go ahead.
No, it's just it's eventually gonna be once you get to these quarters and semifinals. I don't think it really matters.
Yeah.
The quality is gonna be so good that
it's
there's
like
no
we
way
said.
to know.
Yeah, because it's like we said at the beginning of the show. Like, I think this is probably one of the most balanced World Cups I've ever seen on paper. But like the thing is, I think, and NES says it here, like Brazil's got decent depth. I think Ronaldo does something here because it's his last ever. That's the only reason I'm giving Portugal a slight edge in the final. Just because we can trash Ronaldo's all we want, but that dude is the definition of clutch.
Yeah, he really.
Like,
well,
go ahead.
And I'm only dunking on Ronaldo now because of his most recent, sort of like attitude and all the stuff that's been going on. But like, come on, there's no denying that Ronaldo that Ronaldo is one of the most clutch players to ever play. Like,
yeah, he really
when
is.
he had unbelievable squads around him, but the dude shows up when he needs to show up, and that's what he's known for.
Yeah, and it's just like, and my 2 big examples on Ronaldo are the hat trick against Atleti that we came back in,
Unbelievable,
and then the hat trick against Wolfsburg that they came back being down 2-0 in the 2015-2016 Champions League, the knockout stages. So they lost 2-0. Ronaldo scores a hat trick against Wolfsburg, scores a hat trick against Atleti, and in that same Champions League as the Wolfsburg season, he scored a hat trick in the opening leg against Atletico Madrid in the semifinals.
He just loves putting hat tricks away against Atletico.
He does.
He does.
So Ronaldo, even in the World Cup, that hat trick against Spain in the opening game in 2018. Like, he shows up, man. Like, that guy is there to ball when he has to. So I'm a vote Portugal for the winner.
I like Portugal.
I like Brazil, but I will cede.
Okay.
I don't know. It really is a toss-up for me. I just again, there's biases. I dislike Brazil for reasons. I mean, it's just probably because of games against Italy, maybe like a Baggio miss, things like that. I mean, there's things in the past that make me dislike him.
There's no removing that bias, man. We're all shaped by experience. It's a matter of just acknowledging the bias, and that's fair. But you could really honestly call it either way, and I think you can make a strong argument for each. They're both incredibly stacked teams.
Yeah,
who shows up, and you have when you have a guy like CR7 in his last World Cup, that's like an extra. That's an intangible, right? How do you measure that?
Emotional damage.
I mean, that's pretty much it. That's Ronaldo right there. It was funny because you said X-Files, and I was literally about to just go.
Yeah, Dash has got all the sound bites.
I love it. I love all these sound bites, baby. It's beautiful.
Oh, I got plenty more.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, we're at an hour and 50. That's our breakdown with a bit of the news. I mean, we gotta have a Saturday night.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotta have a little bit of fun. All this World Cup talk, this is boring. What's going on, guys?
Stud.
No, the first game is tomorrow. Is it 11 a.m. for us?
Yep.
12, 11? It's early. It's early anyways. 11 a.m. So that is literally 14 hours away. It's 14 hours away. World Cup 2022 Qatar starts. And here's our predictions. You just got them. Or our collective predictions. There's a bit of argument in there and a bit of comments in from our not so regular and our regular guests. Everyone getting in there. So thank you for that. It was sound. What's going on? Is that the Arnold?
That was Arnold. That was the Arnold. I have plenty of Arnolds.
I love it. You can't ever go wrong with an Arnold soundbite ever.
You guys, I'm gonna be fighting both of you now for for the sound bites. Just it's fine. Whatever. I'll deal with it. I'll figure it out. Zach, I think you're still figuring out all of them anyways. They're coming in.
They're coming.
And you're not expecting it yet.
I'm just like, I don't know what's coming. It's like a grab bag of sound here. I love it, man. Just throw them all out.
I don't even. And what's this Dave react for the show? What is this?
Oh, that's my favorite. You want to hear it, Dave?
Sure. But Keen dinks it over. It's in! Woo! Keen does it again. And I was about to waste my time on Twitter looking at nonsense, guys. Bam! There it is. There's the dance. 1-0, 42nd minutes. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Distractions, but over the top to Kostic. Kostic with some space. Why he to Keen? Keen got the second.
This is funny. I can't. You know, there's like so many sound bits in there. Like Dave saying, "Let's fucking go." Like I should just like cut it into individual sound bites.
I love that.
That like Dave, like that, like 90 seconds of reaction had so many bits that I could just like take apart and put it into the board. Like
it was an exciting game.
It's like I'm gonna stay off Twitter. I'm like I should just make that as a sound bit.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, maybe I'll drop the actual F-bombs once in a while to make it right good, but I'm trying to make it kid friendly. I don't know if
that's good. And you
is that the crowd I want to attract, or do I just want the derelicts of the world?
I mean, we're a band of derelicts, anyways.
Listen, just by profession, I'm a teacher, so I gotta watch my mouth. So when I come on here, I can put the teacher filter on if you need me to. But usually it's just like
filter. Yeah.
I say my actual foul mouth self just tends to come out because that's just the way I am.
So what grade do you teach?
I teach 6th graders.
So, okay. So my mom's it was anyways. And I did not hear that woman swear until she started teaching like grade 10, 11.
We do have something if people do decide to swear, so we can just use.
That's good.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. I say I'll cue you up. I'll throw like a little signal, be like here it comes.
And then and just in case if we prematurely just bump that, we just got the.
That's a classic.
Victor saying no filters, please. Is that hashtag no filters?
Oh hell no!
All right. Well, I'll try to keep it real, anyways, especially for those live reactions. Yeah, 6th graders have no filters, anyways.
Victor, man, you said it. You said it. That is the truth. They have they have no inhibition whatsoever.
I could just imagine myself walking into a room of 6th graders.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
There are days.
That's a
Where,
hard
like,
job, man.
where that bell ends, and it's like I should probably just stay after and get some work done. And I'm like, not today, not today.
Takes it out of you.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like, look, I love my job, I really do. But this is my first year teaching sixth grade, and just like I'm going to just keep it brief before I go on to my teaching theory. But just like the level of maturity you see go from a sixth grader to an eighth grader, it's such an unbelievable period of growth for them. They're like I'm like, these kids are babies. They're babies here.
Puberty is a wonderful thing.
It's unreal. And then like by like eighth grade, you're having way more intelligible conversation. Like, yeah, you still have some absolute nonsense, but I'm not expecting adults, but like the level of conversation you're having is just night and day.
I bet you, because it's like he goes in from I talk like this to I talk like this now.
Yeah, right. Like, but like just like the most, and like, oh my God, like have no level, like their volume level is just like, it's like all the time. It's like 1,000. You're like, oh my, like exactly me. It's like my family's like, Zach, have you stopped smoking yet? And I'm like, I teach sixth grade. You want me to stop smoking cigarettes now? I'll kirk out.
Well, you can move to Canada and you can smoke something better.
It's true. Well, in my state actually just passed it, so I say, I'll be all right if I need it.
Are you Seattle?
I'm in Maryland.
You said you're Sounders, Maryland. Okay, you're a Sounders fan. So I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, you have DC United there, and you're just like, nah, screw DC.
Well, yeah. So I missed the whole that when they were like a dynasty, like they won 4 cups between 96 and 02, or like 04. It's like they won 4 cups. My first game I ever watched, because I was like, you know what, I love this calcio. Let me try the soccer. Like, I live in America. It's all over the place. Let me just try it out. The first game I watched was Seattle against Portland. And that's like, if you know anything about American soccer, that's like
the derby of derbies.
They're down the street.
Yeah, that's like a blood feud. Like they hate each other, and we do. And it was awesome. And Dempsey was playing it was Dempsey and Obafemi Martins up front, and it was just awesome to watch. And then at the back, you had like Chad Marshall and Zach Scott, and like just a really good team to watch. I just fell in love with that team, and that was it. Been a Seattle fan ever since.
Right on.
I don't blame you, man. Yeah, Seattle's fun. I mean, like TFC has been bringing in a lot of people too with Javinko and now with Bernadeschi and Insigne. So,
the Italian boys coming through. Like, and I know, like I just learned like apparently like Toronto is like the Torino of outside of outside of Italy. Like, there's so many Italians there. Well,
I'm originally from Toronto.
Right, and I've heard there's so many Italians there. I had no idea.
Oh yeah, Toronto and Montreal, because that's where the train stopped essentially.
Right, exactly right. When they were migrating over, right, exactly.
Canada has trains? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they stop at stations made out of ice. We all live in igloos.
Oh, and yes,
that's actually funny because like people actually have that stereotype about Canadians, like people that haven't.
It's a thing.
They're like, do they still live in igloos? Like, do they still have like those like igloos that you see in the cartoons? You're like, bro, no.
Yes, and we all hunt baby seals every winter to stay warm.
Just use that seal fat.
Do you all own a harpoon? Does everybody in Canada just own a harpoon? You
don't see the harpoon gun on my back wall here? No, I keep it handy just in case.
All right, absolutely. Never know when a wild whale.
NES Techno's like, do you guys have trains pulled by reindeer?
Right.
Reindeer are actually more of a Nordic animal. We do have some reindeer, but they're like far, far north.
Yeah, their trains are pulled by Tim Hortons before the Burger King purchase.
Oh man,
Burger King purchased Tim Hortons.
Man, like that was a bad restaurant before Burger King came around, and then it's just the worst.
Hey, Dave, when did they buy it?
2010. I don't know when.
Because I remember like Tim Hortons was good like 2011, 2012, but I think that's when it first came to the U.S. and it was like finally something that's not like $10 a coffee. Starbucks.
Oh, 2014.
2014. Oh yeah.
$11.4 billion.
Wow.
How does it feel, guy that sold Tim Hortons? You sold out quality coffee to Burger King. I hope you're happy.
Yeah,
he probably doesn't care.
Tim Horton himself is dead. And big surprise, he was a hockey player.
That's not surprising at all.
Did he ever hear a Who?
The Who, like the band?
No. Horton hears a Hugh.
Oh, yes, Horton. Yes,
Yeah,
I get you.
Damn it! I tried to be funny. Shit. Hey, that's when you're doing.
I like
that's when you're doing
it.
stand up.
I like it.
It's when you're doing stand up and everyone just kind of looks at you and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
you just said a dead joke.
Right? They're just like, that reference, I don't understand. And you're like, oh, shit. Me and my students, I make references, and they're like, what? And I'm like,
You know, I bet you for you the worst thing is like when they make a reference to like a dirty joke and you have to like play dumb and just be like,
no, see, I don't play dumb. I'm like, you guys think I'm an idiot, don't you? Listen, I'm not.
Like you know,
that.
the thing is like recently I found out what glizzy meant. I had no idea that was
I don't know what
thing.
that means.
It's another name for hot dog.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that. Yes, and I still couldn't remember what the hell it meant.
So, because the thing is like I was about to buy a hot dog, and then my little brother's like, and his friend are like, "Don't buy glizzies. Why are you getting a glizzy?" And I'm like, "The hell's a glizzy?"
Right?
It's also slang for a Glock. There you go.
And what also rhymes with Glock?
Hot dogs.
Hot dog. Zach asked. You know, I try and pull I throw some out every so often, but even like aha. I'm like, you guys think I'm hilarious. Stop it. Stop acting like you're too cool for me.
That's
But it's
that's
fun.
grade school though. They all think they're too cool for school.
True. Well, especially like, you know, middle schoolers. But no, most of my kids, honestly, they're really fun. There's some kids have a really great sense of humor, and the fact that like I'm not too far out of the zeitgeist of memes. Like I can I'll hit them with like a meme, and they'll be like, "You know that meme?" And be like, guys, my generation invented memes.
Yeah, I was like, dude, come on, man. Like we're the ones that created this.
Like,
Listen
of
here,
course
Sonny.
know.
I was there first.
Exactly. Like that. You guys don't have nothing without me.
Yeah, I was gonna
Right?
say, I'm like, the reason why you guys have touchscreens is because of us, because we told the older generation that razors suck.
We're like, we don't want no part of that keyboard.
Yeah, keyboard, BlackBerry phones. Are you
BlackBerry.
serious?
Rubbish.
Good old BlackBerry.
It's like, you know, our generation was the one that went through sailing the high seas when it came to watching movies and getting ROMs and video games and
Oh yeah.
LimeWire because we didn't want to pay for iTunes.
It was the Wild West, baby.
Yeah.
Now everything is like presented to them on a plate.
Yeah,
And
you know the
that's-
funny thing is, it's like you can't even download torrents now without your service provider calling you saying, "Hey man, you can't be pirating crap."
Oh, that never happens in Canada.
Thankfully I've never had that happen to me, but I'm surprised it hasn't yet.
Yeah, because like it hasn't happened to me, but like I know like a lot of people it gets them now. Because the funny thing is like I think peak internet was like 2009 to like 2013.
Yeah.
Where like you could do anything, get whatever you needed,
And
say
then
whatever you
Facebook
needed,
happened.
and then Facebook happened.
To be fair, it's like these kids like it's so wild because like I think back to like the Wild West of like, you know, when we were like kids and like getting onto like stuff that like we absolutely had no business being on. But like also like it was also limited. Like these kids are exposed to so much more now. Like they know things that at the age of 12 I certainly didn't. Or maybe I was just a naive kid, like, and I had boundaries, but like I don't know, like what was like the craziest thing I was doing? Going on to E-Bombs World, playing a flash game with some boobs in it, you know? Maybe,
Yeah.
you know. Now these kids are like straight up like they have like access to hardcore porn scenes. And I'm like, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I saw some porn on that came through my Snapchat. I'm like, what?
Yeah, like I know
What?
the rise of OnlyFans, man.
I'm like, how on? I'm like, don't ever.
No,
I don't want to know it. I don't want to know it.
parental lock.
Like Jesus. But,
Yeah,
it's
I
wild,
think,
man.
yeah, and I think our generation was a lot more naive just because we didn't have cell phones.
Oh yeah. Oh, just access the information, right? We had to go
Yeah.
on a desktop,
We had to go to the
Right.
library.
right? Yeah. Oh.
So, hey, remember that was an actual thing, guys? Like back then, where because internet wasn't so like widespread, you'd have to actually go to the library, to
library.
do something like that, like play
Right.
flash games on like oneMoreLevel.com.
Right, because my 56K internet was certainly not playing no damn Flash.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the internet that makes the AOL sound, I wish I had a soundbite for that. That would be funny,
I'm
but
sure it's not too
Well, I'm
hard
sure
to
you can find
but-
one.
I
Yeah,
doubt
yeah.
it.
I say I
But,
could just I play that noise for like my students. I should play that noise for my students and see how they react. Be like, have you guys ever heard this noise before?
Yes, to say.
Or it's like back then when you're like trying to play Xbox Live, like you're gaming online and you couldn't like make phone calls because the Xbox was using the phone cable.
Phone cable, exactly right.
Ma,
Oh,
get
man.
off the phone, Ma. I'm playing a game.
I'm playing Halo. Ma, I'm on this kill streak, dude. Get out of
Ma,
here.
I'm lagging. I'm lagging now.
Back then when lagging was like actually accepted.
Yeah, like dude, like you just accept it at one point or another. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna lag out.
Yeah, it was funny because I was at a midnight release for a game that just got released recently, and I was like talking to one of the guys, and I was like, like peak video game was like 2001, 2002, or 2003, where like Halo came out, and we just like get Halo, grab like a crap ton of Mountain Dew, and just sit there and play for like 6 hours during Thanksgiving break or something.
It was one hell
Like,
of a time, man.
Oh man,
That was GoldenEye for me.
Yeah. Oh,
dude,
That was,
man.
that was it. 90.
GoldenEye, baby. Dude,
it was that, and then the Smash Bros for the N64. So like, if you and any other person had beef at the time, you would just settle in GoldenEye or Smash Bros.
Yo, facility proximity mines.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it. Let's go.
Proxy only.
Proxy only.
They're supposed to be re-releasing that. It's gone through a whole bunch of legal nonsense, but one day.
Who owns the
that's-
rights to what and stuff? Yeah.
yeah. If that game ever got remastered and like put on the Series X or the PlayStation 5,
It is. It's gonna be a game allegedly.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, that will probably sell out. Well, I don't think it'd sell out because you have
If they
digital
did a
copies
physical
now, but-
release, I would be buying that. I'd be buying
Yeah.
that day one.
I mean, they
I did a,
re-released Command and Conquer 25-year anniversary, and I played the shit out of it.
That's cool shit. I mean, I'm a Twitch streamer, like just for fun, and I usually
Yeah.
stream like retro stuff. And I did probably the best streams I did was when I was going through like GoldenEye like again, and that was it was
nice.
fun, like reliving that stuff and like like seeing how it holds up 25 years later, and the fog. Like the technical limitations.
God.
The fact they
Yeah.
even got that game to work as well as it did is like the music is still slapping. Just slaps so hard.
Oh man, my dog pissed on my my N64, and I never got it working. So
I weep for you. That breaks my heart for you.
I think I can open it up and clean it, but I've just never gotten to it. It's just been sitting in a pool of its own piss in a box somewhere.
The sadness.
Like one game that actually was really, really well back then, and even the remake did really good, was Star Fox 64.
Oh, I love
yeah.
Star Fox. Yeah.
I
Like,
still play it all the time.
In the US, it was called Star Fox 64, and like everywhere else, it's called Lilac Wars.
Yeah, Lilac Wars, I think, was actually just England because they had a game already called like Star Fox, which is weird.
Weird. Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was like England or like the European region. Like there was already some sort of franchise set up where Star Fox they couldn't use. So Star Fox in Japan, Star Fox in the States, Lilac Wars in Europe, which is weird.
Yeah, I think, and the funny thing is like a lot of people don't understand, but Star Fox was technically like the first open world game because like you could play the campaign so many different ways. Because
Give
there's
you a lot
like
of choice.
Yeah, there was a lot of choices in the missions that you played in, and like it was also like skill level based too. Like for example, the blue path, the orange, yellow path, and then the red path.
Red path.
So like I remember like because I was like 7, 8 years old at the time, so like it took me about 1.5 years to finally get good enough to unlock the red path. And then like I remember when I got to the red path, I like lost my freaking mind because I'm like, oh my god, I've been playing this game for 1.5 years, and I'm finally playing missions that I couldn't play before.
Right.
And then
missions
like,
I'd only watched my friends play, but I had never gotten to myself.
Yeah, and it's like, and then like I'd get to the secret final boss, like the hard path for the final boss versus the regular path, and I'm like, you get the surprise twist at the end, and I'm like sitting there like 8-year-old Dash absolutely loses his mind.
I obviously never went down these alternate paths. I probably didn't even know they existed because I was that bad.
Ooh, dude.
I grinded, man. At that game, I was dropping competitive level streaks on that because, like, I remember for Area 6, like the world record's like 611. I got like 598. Oh, I
Dude,
was
that's
so pissed.
crazy, Dash. I'm still playing. Dude, I played that game like religiously. Actually, like it's actually kind of like a recurring thing on like my channel to like what are we doing today? Don't know. We'll play Star Fox. You know. And
Nice.
I think the highest I've ever gotten on that level is like 360, and I was like killing myself trying to get that.
Yeah, it's just the thing is, so like for me, it's like I've played the levels. I've played that game so much where
Right.
this guy's spawning over here, this guy's gonna me
Yeah,
over
you
here.
know
So
where
let me
everybody
chain the
is.
laser. Yeah, so I'm like chaining the laser. I'm doing like because the thing is, so like
You're
the
just chaining
secret-
all these dudes. You know where they're gonna pop off on you.
I'm
Eh?
chaining, yeah, I'm chaining my laser. But like, so the thing is what start like a lot of the devs never said it at the time, but the charged laser is where you get the most bonus points.
Right.
So like, if I hit a charged laser and it does splash damage to 7 other aircraft, I
It's
get
plus 7.
14. Yeah,
Right.
it's technically 14 because they get down plus the 7 bonuses.
Right.
So like, I was really disappointed when Star Fox Zero came out because I thought it was going to be like a remake of Star Fox 64, but
I
for the
was
Wii
hoping.
U.
Yeah.
And like the gyro controls absolutely ruined the game for me.
Mm.
But like, yeah, dude, I played Star Fox religiously. It got to the point where I was able to play competitive. But the 2 games that I actually enjoy playing a lot, even now, is like I'll sit there and I'll bust it open is Pokemon Stadium 1 and Pokemon Stadium 2.
Classic.
Just
And here it
because,
is. I knew it. I knew it was only a matter of time before we got into like the anime part of it.
Yeah, it was funny, Zach. You weren't here once, but someone commented about anime, and I went off on like a 25-minute tangent talking about anime, and the whole chat like erupted, and everyone's like, "Let's go!"
Dash, you and I, we're gonna get along, man.
Awesome.
We're gonna get along. We're gonna get
Yeah.
along for sure.
Yeah, we talk football for 2, and then Dash just gets a nerd boner, and
I do.
just goes off on the place.
I'm
love
telling
it,
you, man. I was at the midnight release for Scarlet and Violet on Thursday, and like me and like I was
how
talking
was
to.
it?
I haven't. So like the midnight release was good. I haven't gotten too far into the game, just a scheduling wise. The one thing that I will add about it without spoiling the game to anyone, it's almost kind of overwhelming because there's so many things that you can do at like yes, there's hand holding,
Right.
but like
Yeah, they really let you go this time.
they really do with the open world. Like there's so many Pokemon combinations you can do to build your team. Like so, like for example, my little brother found an Axew at like the beginning of the game.
Really?
So like yeah, like he told me about it. He's like, yeah, I've got an Axew, and I was like, you only have one badge, right? And he's like, I'm about to fight the first gym leader, and I was like,
Ooh.
you have an Axew that early?
Right.
Because like for context, Dave, it's like there's like some OP Pokemon that you get at late game, and like
Yeah.
you get them at a low level at late game, but you have to get them up to level 50, where it's like they usually don't give you the pseudo legendaries because the game's an easy sweep if you do. But
Yeah.
like the access to the really like powerful Pokemon that you get in Scarlet and Violet, like early game, is actually pretty insane. I'm not
immediate,
gonna
yeah.
lie, because it's like because I have Violet and he's running Scarlet, so I think he gets Axew and I get Bagon, which I'm totally a Salamence fanboy. But
Yep. You have
I'm
the
a-
right. You have the right one.
yeah, I'm a Gen 3er, so like I'm like a huge Gen 3 fan. But like the thing is like you get access to so many Pokemon and so many different combinations and such. So it's like you're sitting there and you're like, shit, how do I play through it? Because there's technically 18 badges versus the traditional 8. Because there's 3 paths. You can do any path, any order you want, or you can do like try to do all of them at the same time per se. But like there's a lot to do. I've put maybe 6-7 hours in it, and I still haven't gotten to the first gym yet because I'm exploring the entire area around me. Because like it's not like you walk in the grass and a Pokemon spawns. Like the Pokemon spawn, and like they're scaled to size. So like if it's a bug Pokemon, you have to look very carefully in the grass because you might miss it.
Oh.
So like yeah, it's just looking and seeing what spawns where they spawn, different times of day, and when they spawn that, so I can just get a grasp of the world. But yeah, it's different. I think it's for sure it's better than Sword and Shield. My main complaint for it is that it lags a lot.
Yeah, I heard technically it's like a mess.
Yeah, technically it's a mess. It's like Legends of Arceus, but like taken a step further, a little bit per se. But because like I still, as much as I love Legends of Arceus, that battle system pissed me off because like you would beat a Pokemon in a battle and then like they would get a free jab on you before you can even like make your next turn. Like that final boss Volo was that was insane.
Right.
But like yeah, so like my thing is it's a step in the right direction, but like just the technical difficulties just let it down, because it's like if Nintendo can get Breath of the Wild to run on that flawlessly, I don't understand how Game Freak can't get a Pokemon game to run on there.
Right, and that's what everybody is saying, and like it's kind of strange coming from Game Freak, because they've usually been so good about their level of polish on their games, so it's like it's not, we're not used to seeing it.
Yeah, they've struggled on the Switch.
Right, and a lot of people were saying, well, there was that rumor where they were thinking maybe they might be putting out a Switch 2.0, and then because of COVID and chip shortages or whatever, they had to pivot and they went to an OLED instead because they had them on hand. It's like, well, was Game Freak preparing for a game in which they would have a more processing power? Who knows? But at this point, like, you had to be able to optimize it a little bit better than this.
Yes, and the thing is, and I think that's the one thing, is as good as the Switch is, I think Nintendo needs to release a hard console.
Yep.
Because like I'll say, the Scarlet and Violet feels like you're playing Pokemon XD and Pokemon Coliseum in a handheld. Sure. It feels like a GameCube game in a handheld, right. But it's just a lag.
Something just popped into your background there.
Did it? I got nothing behind me.
I just caught a glimpse of it because I was looking away from the screen, but I think somebody came in behind you with something.
I mean, there's nothing behind me.
I don't know. I'll watch the replay, maybe.
Dave, what is your dog's name? They are adorable.
Oh, okay. We have the black one. That's Gus right now. Yeah, just Gus, and then Katie is the old lady, and Ellen is the young lady.
I love it, man.
Yeah, no, we got tons of animals. We got chickens, cats, dogs. We do it all.
Dude, awesome! Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Sick. This guy is pretty chill though, isn't he? He thinks he's in trouble because I'm talking to him. I was like, "What'd I do?"
All right, he's like, "Wait, what? I just got here."
Yes, he's sneaky. He's like the. He's a bit of a creep. He does kind of just like sneak in behind you in the room and starts watching you. You don't know he's even there.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you have this hot breath down your neck.
You're like, whoa.
And then he's got a raging hard on too. Randall, he's not fixed, so I mean.
Right, all of a sudden he's got like a boner. It's like, whoa, bro, dude, what's wrong with
you? He can't control it.
He's like, listen, man. He's like, shit happens, all right?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. The bitches are down the street. They're going through heat. I'm just a little gets a little riled up.
He's ready.
Actually, the young one, she is in heat right now. She started a couple days ago, so it's about to get crazy in here.
I can imagine. Holy shit.
Yeah. So what? Be fun.
I say, are you breeding them?
Yeah, we are breeding this time around. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, shit.
I love puppies.
I say, if you weren't such a stone's throw away, maybe I'd come up and maybe consider picking one up. Shit.
It's only a few hour drive, but the border police might have something to say.
Yeah.
About it.
You left and came back with a dog, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually got into the States one time. It was into Washington State. Yeah, it was just I was living out in Edmonton at the time, in the West. So I was like, hey, let's go for a road trip. And we threw the dog in the truck and we just started driving. And it's like, hey, want to go to the States? We're right here. Let's just go. So we get to the border and he's like, do you have your papers? I'm like, what do you mean papers? I'm Canadian. I don't need papers. He's like, for the dog. I'm like, oh, I need papers.
Like, oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. You just gotta, it's like grown-ups where you have a piece of paper that says "I am American" with the dog's picture on
it. Yeah.
The dog is American. His dog is clearly American. Look at him.
I mean, he's got a Big Mac with him.
Some dogs coming from Mexico back into the States. Those dogs. You don't mess with those ones.
Nah. They're like, pardon me, sir. I didn't mean to bother you. Please come through.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Is that cocaine? No.
Have you guys ever worked with like an attack dog, a police dog, or anything, or seen them?
I've seen one. Yep.
They are so cool.
I haven't.
They're like the biggest puppy until their handler is just like kill, and then just they're just in the zone and. Within seconds, buddy's down and they're like eating its neck out. It's so and then the handler's like, okay, come for a treat, and like just lets go and like wags his tail. Like, flicks a switch.
All right.
Love it.
Insane.
So cool.
Insane.
Yeah.
I said the closest
Dash,
I've
you worked with
gotten-
one before? Sorry.
Yeah, like I've actually like seen one physically, been with one, but like cause I've got a bunch of friends of mine that actually went into law enforcement that are cops. One of them's one of them's a canine, the other one's a it's a she works with horses, with police horses. So
Okay.
I think police equestrian, I think that's what it is. But
Yeah. Equestrian,
so-
something.
yeah.
Weird. Police horses. I thought that was just like a Mountie thing. Just show off with their leather pants and hats and stuff.
Come in there and be like, hey, how's she going? Hey, I think you're a little lost, huh?
Yeah.
Where you
Oh,
going?
that show, John Candy. Why can't I think of the show now?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Where they go to
Fantastic.
Canada. Man, this is
Shit.
it's one of my favorite movies too. Okay.
Oh, is it
Candy.
Planes, Trains, Automobiles?
No. Why can't I watch it? Canadian Bacon, obviously. It's Canadian Bacon.
Oh shit.
The meat?
Oh, that's the name of the movie. It's a John Candy movie called Canadian Bacon. Just watch. I mean, you haven't watched this one either, Dash. Come on, man.
No, sorry, I'm
Like-
not cultured.
Well, get cultured. This is like one of the most classic, like American Canadian stereotypical movies because they make fun of both sides. Because it starts with like an arms dealer, I think in Michigan, going out of business, and they're just auctioning off like rocket launchers and shit because that's what you do in America.
Yeah, it's pretty on brand.
Yeah,
You sure,
and this
that,
was.
sure the main character's not Albanian? Because that sounds like an Albanian thing. Weapons, arms, dealing, and all that stuff.
I'm sure they had an Albanian in there. Canadian Bacon. Let's see when that released. 95. Go.
Oh, well,
Bit older.
It's 95. I was a toddler.
We just talked about how the internet gives you everything. Just go use the internet, man.
Wait, I'm just saying. I get that. I get that. I'm just saying. I didn't know it existed at the time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no. Now you know. Now you know. Now everyone knows. So we're getting the Canadiana. We have Letterkenny that you guys got to watch, and now and Victor asking what makes a Canadian bacon. Canadian bacon is actually trash, and I don't know why they call it Canadian bacon. It's female bacon with the cornstarch coating on the outside. What I consider Canadian bacon is just maple smoked bacon. This is how I do my bacon. I get the pork belly, and I rub the salt and the pepper in it, and then I just pour in a bunch of maple syrup, throw it in a bag, and I leave it there for a week, and I turn it each day, massage the stuff in. And at the end of the week, you fire up the smoker, get the maple wood on there, in just low temperature for an hour and a half, and just get the nice smoky flavor going. Bam, that's Canadian bacon. That's what I consider. The other stuff, that's trash. The movie, though, worth a watch.
It's like the actual food, garbage. The movie, priceless.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It says, so Canadian bacon comes from the back, from the belly. Therefore, they have different textures and fat contents, according to masterclass.com.
No, that's right. And like a prop, like bacon as we consider it typically is the belly. And that's why you have that fat, because you have the belly fat.
Right.
So Canadian bacon is a lot more lean. And that's why, another reason why it's way worse, because
Right.
there's no fat.
Right.
So whatever. Don't waste your time with Canadian bacon. Buy the real stuff. Thick slice, of course. If when you fry your bacon, it shrivels up into a little scrotum, it's not the right bacon. It's gotta continue to look like bacon. Yeah, it's like the little wrinkly balls. You don't want a little wrinkly ball. You want a piece of bacon.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. If it shrivels up like you just got into a pool that's 68 degrees, you don't want that.
Yeah, that's when you walk out outside a nice, cool, crisp morning, and you're just like, I'm going back in.
Yeah. That's been recently too. It's been chilly out there. All right, guys, it's been 2.5 hours.
We've got actually like multiple segments that we can cut this video into. We can do like the video game segment, the bacon segment, the World Cup segment, the news. I think we got like 4 videos out of this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for real. This has been fun, gentlemen.
Yeah, listen, guys, I gotta wake up. Last Grand Prix of the season's tomorrow. Then I have a World Cup match to watch. Then I got the Colts to watch and maybe a little win because I'm trying to get on an NFL team and it's not working out. Guys, there's sports tomorrow.
Colts. Why did you pick the Colts?
Listen,
pick the Ravens.
Decisions were made. It's out of my hands.
Dash is right.
Pick the Ravens. Then you can have something in common with Zach. I'm stuck with the Lions, man. I live in Michigan.
I know.
Ravens are always a good bet to watch.
Like I said, decisions were made.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's all in the past. Yeah.
All right.
So, anyways, big sports day. Unfortunately, no Juve, but we did just post up the Lazio game in 90 seconds. Watch that. We also have the fan interviews that should be coming out tomorrow as well. And Dash, you have your tactics video that should be coming out soon as well.
Yeah, that will probably release it on Monday. I think I'll just release it on Monday then.
What's burgundy and gold?
It's
Washington Commanders.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, I see what he's saying. Okay. Gotcha. The team with... Well, I guess they have a name now. Because they were the Washington Football Club, right?
Yeah, Washington football team.
Football team, yeah.
The Commanders is such a corny name, though.
It's so bad.
I think Washington football team was tight. I honestly thought it was
tight.
I thought I'll just keep it. I'll keep it there.
You
WFD.
The Americans need their mascots.
Yeah, I was gonna say they could have just done it like Green Bay FT or Detroit FT. Would have been much cooler.
I think that's sick, but hey, you know what? Don't listen to me. Like, what do I know?
Yeah, I mean the Europeans have been doing it for like 200 years now.
I say they might be onto something.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Listen, if you knew anything, you wouldn't be on YouTube talking about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, could you imagine if they call it because Juve's mascot's a zebra? So could you imagine if they called us the Turin Zebras?
I'd hate it.
It could be. I mean, look at our hockey teams. Red Wings, cool. Maple Leafs, oh, that's cool. Montreal, they just call themselves the Canadian, and Quebec is the least Canadian country, so they don't even have a proper name. Their nickname is the Han, which just means the farmers. Okay, you're cool.
The Habs? I mean, that's what common.
Habs mean habitant. So if you look at the C, there's an H in the center that says habitant.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's your French lesson for the day. Now we don't even have Sam Adamo here to tell us how to properly say it.
Strasbourg. That's for him.
No, he is good with accents.
He's very good.
Yeah. He's at a christening tonight. That's a very WAP thing to do on a Saturday evening.
Yeah, it is. It really is. So, hey, man.
Hey, and then he'll make a podcast absolutely roasting what happened the next day after.
Oh, speaking of which, guys, because I know earlier in the week there was calls for the funny news that had happened throughout the week. So Sam, he released the cultural podcast, that latest episode on Wednesday. He went through 3 different stories. All of them somehow connect to the mafia or organized crime in some sense. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, you guys got to watch it. It's freaking hilarious, man. Because we got into it a little bit with our last podcast with Sam, and then El Jefe was like, I don't know if we can post this. We might have to edit this out for a special episode. I have it on my Instagram if you guys want to see it. Sam and I kind of go around roasting the Albanian mafia for a little bit just because I am Albanian, so we thought it'd be kind of funny just to talk about it. So I have the clip on my IG. I haven't gotten canceled yet for it, so I think we're good.
No, well, what Farhad didn't realize, and this is what's funny, he's like, I'm going to have to clip you guys out for the podcast, right? But it's still on you. We did it live.
Right.
You can't. It's still there, guy. It's still there.
Yeah, so if you guys want to see the uncut version, see the episode on our YouTube channel.
I say, could you technically go back and delete that VOD? I guess you could, but
we could.
I could, but you'd have to know how to do it.
Will you?
I won't.
Nah. Good luck, Farhad.
Yeah, figure it out.
Speaking of the boss man, I know a lot of people have commented and messaged us on the IG as well as on some of our YouTube videos if he's leaving the podcast. He is not. He's just been really tied up with a bunch of obligations, work obligations, and some family obligations that Farhad said, I miss you guys. I love you all. He'll be back on on the podcast soon. It's just he's a little bit tied up right now. So he is not gone. He is still here, just really busy.
I say, what's the Turin Giants without Farhad?
I know.
He's the GOAT. He's the one who brought us together.
He's El Jefe.
At this point, it's just a bunch of middle-aged dudes in their parents' basement talking about football and anime.
Yeah.
So that's what
We
the
are.
Turn
I'm here
Giants
for
is now.
I'm here for
dude.
it, baby. Let's go.
Let's just say Neckbeard FC.
Oh man, you guys gonna let me leave and spend time with my wife? Jesus, she's probably up there
Fine, Dave.
enjoying
All right,
her
cool.
time
You know
without
what?
me.
Here. All right, then let's
Yeah.
do this. I'm gonna play the music. Dave, you do the outro.
This is how we have to do it. We just gotta start playing the music.
Yeah.
As much as I love
Alright,
y'all. All right, we gotta get the.
There we go. Oh, whoops, wrong background.
That's the wrong one.
Oh, I love it though.
Nothing like Allegri just in his chaps for you. All right, guys, even though you just saw Allegri absolutely jerk it to the work hit right there, thanks for watching the World Game pregame show or the World Game
The
pregame
World
show
Game?
with their prediction. The World Cup.
The World Game.
Fuck.
Yeah, it is the World's
Yeah,
Game.
the World Game. Clip it. Leave it, mate. You're going to clip it for the future for the gag reel when we hit 1,000 subs. But anyways, I'm doing the housekeeping now. Thanks for watching our stream, guys. Make sure you like the video. Give us a little bit of a comment. Sub to the channel. We are less than 150 subscribers to 1,000. And then we'll actually be doing a really cool giveaway at that time as well, guys. So also, big shout out to Zach for joining the crew. We appreciated you having here.
Happy to be here,
fellow
baby.
Anime brother in arms right there. But anyways, guys, I'm Dash, joined by...
Hey, it's Dave, and I'll see you, probably recorded if my computer doesn't blow up on me, throughout the week with more very hilarious and very tentative news articles. And sign it off with Zach. Take us away, bud.
Hey man, absolutely been a pleasure. Can't wait to go and do more of this as we move forward here. I'm thrilled to be part of this team, baby. Let's get after it. You know how to feel it. You know, but I'm too drunk. I'm not even been drinking. You know, alla fine, baby. Forza Juventus always, man.
Right on. Good night. Love y'all.